Hello, welcome to Joy News at 6. The news is live on Joy 99.7 FM, hits 103.9 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on 99.5 and in all 16 regions of Ghana via our partner stations. Also live on myjoyonline.com, X Spaces and YouTube. Coming up, former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo resigns from the Council of States months after becoming a central figure in the top advisory committee for the president. Plus, Ghana lost one of its most accomplished diplomats, Victor Bewo. We have details coming up shortly. Also, questions swirl about the whereabouts of former Maslok CEO Sedina Tamaklo days after she was extradited to Ghana to begin serving a 10-year prison sentence.
Of Parliament, the MPP members on that committee will be taking steps in the coming week to confirm, to verify that indeed she's in prison custody.
We have details of that coming up in business.
Fuel prices set to go down from tomorrow, with petrol witnessing one of the biggest drops in recent times.
These and more with me, Mami Sinyamiche Thompson. Do stay for details. Let's get into the details now. Now, former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo has resigned from the Council of State, bringing her service on the president's highest advisory body to an end. Sources indicate she submitted her resignation last year and has since been absent from council meetings, including its most recent sitting. Neither Madam Akuffo nor the presidency has publicly commented on her decision. Her departure comes months after she emerged as a dissenting voice during deliberations on the petition against then Chief Justice Gertrude Torkornoo. While nearly all council members supported a finding of a prima facie case, Madam Akuffo abstained and later publicly criticized the removal process, arguing that Justice Torkornoo had not been given a fair hearing and warning of his impact on judicial independence. Now, away from that, Ghana has lost one of its most accomplished diplomats and statesmen, Ambassador James Victor Bewo, who died at the age of 91. Family sources say the former Foreign Affairs Minister and former President of the ECOWAS Commission passed away at a hospital on Saturday after decades of distinguished service to Ghana and the international community. Ambassador Bewo served as Foreign Affairs Minister under President John Rawlings, represented the law in Parliament, and later advised former President John Evans Atta Mills on foreign policy. His diplomatic career saw him serve in several countries, including China, India, Nigeria, Germany, the UK, and Switzerland. The ECOWAS Commission described his death as a great loss to Ghana, West Africa, and the global diplomatic community. Away from that, the minority in Parliament says it will seek clarity on the whereabouts of former Maslok CEO Sedina Tamaklo following her extradition to Ghana to serve a 10-year prison sentence. The demand comes amid public debate over where she's being held, despite government stating that she's in the custody of the Ghana Police Service and the Ghana Prison Service. Listen to Dr. Justice Youngson and James Kobna-Bonfe on Newsfile.
As far as I'm concerned, the sentencing hasn't started, but for now, I think the sentencing should start. The question is, where is she at this moment?
I think my brother asked a very important question. Where is she?
Why? Why should we be asking that question?
It's important. We just discussed an issue and we talked about the need for transparency, especially when it involves public person and even ordinary citizens without any public exposure. It's important that we are transparent.
Well, spokesperson for the minority in Parliament's Legal and Constitutional Affairs Committee, Nana J. Bafoiwa, says steps will be taken to verify her location.
I'm not surprised that Ghanaians are suspicious that Madam Sedina Tamaklo is indeed not in prison custody. But I want to put it on record. Members of the Constitutional and Legal Affairs of Parliament, the MPP members on that committee, will be taking steps in the coming week to confirm, to verify that indeed she's in prison custody.
But the NDC insists there's no ambiguity about her custody status and rejects suggestions that she could be granted pardon.
Yeah, because the woman has been brought in.
Yeah.
She is with the people she is supposed to be with.
She was not brought in by on your order.
It doesn't really matter. When we came to power, we didn't do anything to obstruct the process. It's very important to state that. The process had not ended.
Now, Education Minister Haruna Idrisu has directed the University of Cape Coast to collaborate with the Ghana Police Service to conduct a full-scale investigation into the death of a level 200 female student. A statement by the ministry said it received the news with deep sadness. The University of Cape Coast and the Central Regional Police Command have also issued separate statements as investigations continue. Excerpts of these statements in this desk report.
Education Minister Haruna Idrisu, in that statement, directed the university to collaborate closely with the Ghana Police Service to investigate the circumstances surrounding the death of the student whose body was found at a beach in Cape Coast. The minister's directive also calls for a full investigation into how she died, while the ministry urged the public to allow the investigative process to proceed without interference. A separate statement from the Central Regional Police Command also said that a woman aged between 25 to 30 was found dead on Hatchland Beach in Cape Coast in the early hours of Thursday. It added that officers found no marks of assault on the body, though blood was oozing from the nose. The statement added that fishermen along the coast have been enlisted to help identify the deceased, while investigations continue. The University of Cape Coast has also responded to the news through a separate statement, which said that police are expected to obtain a coroner's form on Monday to facilitate a post-mortem examination. The university said support is being extended to the extended family and affected students.
Now, NPP flag bearer Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has attributed the decline in standards at some of Ghana's top senior high schools to state interference in the management of mission schools. Speaking to the leadership of the Christian Council of Ghana, Dr. Bawumia said institutions once renowned for academic excellence and discipline have seen their standards fall following changes to their management structures. He argued that mission schools excelled because of effective systems that consistently delivered results and called for a renewed focus on preserving those standards.
Some of the standards have fallen in some of the schools, which were the mission schools. How come we didn't maintain these standards? Very, very sad. My mother went to Wesley Girls. The standards were also very, very, very high. These are some of the best schools. The mission schools have produced some of the best schools in our country. Unfortunately, we interfered in their management. And as we always say, when something is not broken, don't try to fix it. The centers of excellence should have been maintained.
100 students from the Western region had the opportunity to explore Safari Valley Eco Park in Edukrom as part of an initiative to promote environmental awareness, land conservation, and hands-on learning beyond the classroom. The educational trip was made possible through the Sponsor a Kid project by Multimedia Group in partnership with Safari Valley Eco Park. There's more in this report.
Safari Eco Park. Through the Sponsor a Kid project by the Multimedia Group and Safari Valley Eco Park, 100 students from schools across the Western region were given the opportunity to connect with nature. The students described the trip as an eye-opener.
There are certain things I didn't even know. Like right now, I didn't even know that the scientific name of zebra would be Equus quadra. Safari Valley is a better place to be.
I've been to Park 1, which has the ant caves and the birds, and I've been to Park 2 with the second largest antelope, and I've been to Park 3 where the zebras are.
Special aid to the sponsor, Stephen Blay, explains the vision behind the sponsorship.
One of the preoccupations of His Excellency Dr. Maso Boache is to be there for the youth, bring them up. And one way to do that is to expose them to nature.
Well, that's how we end this morning's bulletin here on Joy 99.7 FM. Up next is business on the Super Morning Show.
Jump on go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind said self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. One pair way now open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
The gogo.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When I say ABSA, you say yes. ABSA Bakiti, we go say yes this 2026 till your jobs start dropping down. Yes, you listening to me right now. I know you get dreams. A work is here, and they work it well. Like me, I want to buy that Porsche car I've been dreaming of. I move into my dream house. No landlord will say, yeah. Join the ABSA family and let's help you say yes to your dreams with tailored banking solutions from loans, mortgages, credit cards to digital banking and more. Make 2026 the year of yes with ABSA. Your story matters.
Mom, please can I have some milk in my Milo?
Have you tasted it?
No, but I didn't see you add milk.
Hey, taste it before you ask me any question.
Hey, milk na chum say.
This is Milo all-in-one. Milo Pampa, cocoa, malt, milk and show, everything is inside.
Milo All-in-One already comes with more milk. Just mix with water and taste the nourishing goodness of quality cocoa, malt, and more milk all in one sachet. Milo, the energy to go further.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello, my fellow Ghanaians. Presenting to you the authentic firefighter, San Cablo Cables. These days, we hear less of fire outbreaks because San Cablo Cables, they guard for every Ghanaian. From the building contractor to the electrical engineer, San Cablo electrical cables are their best choice. Proudly made in Ghana, San Cablo deals in electrical cables, PVC pipes, sockets, and switches of all kinds. With 99.99 pure copper. My fellow Ghanaians, if light won't travel, now San Cablo be the motto. San Cablo cables are carefully built in different shades of colors to suit the needs of Ghanaians and our weather condition. Always remember to use San Cablo quality electrical cables and accessories for your wiring. For bulk purchase of your PVC pipes, socket, switches, electrical cables, please contact 0530 774 774. San Cablo from Side Go House. Now we be the plug. Approved by the Ghana Standard Authorities.
Big news from Stay Soft. Your favorite fragrances now come in a new ultra concentrate bottle with 4 times more fragrance. You get freshness that lasts and lasts long after the washing is done. A long-lasting scent that keeps your clothes fresh all day. Our family-sized bottle offers better value and conveniently lasts longer. Try the new Stay Soft Ultra Concentrate bottle today for freshness that lasts and lasts. This advert is FDA approved. Keep out of reach of children.
This football season, Star Oil and Point Africa, they give you double. Every Monday and Tuesday, fuel up at Star Oil and get 2 times your bonus points. That's right, double points when you buy quality and affordable fuel from Star Oil. Now, fuel the game for Point Ibeji. From 1st June to 19th July, collect and redeem points in the Point Africa app for amazing rewards, including fuel vouchers, flat screen TVs, PlayStation, Bluetooth speakers, blenders, and food deals. First come, first serve. Charlie, don't just pay. Get point, use point. Download the Point Africa app today. Star Oil, still quality and affordable fuel for all. Terms and conditions apply.
When the bills are mega.
When the plans are mega.
When the pressure is mega.
When the need is mega.
Then you need a mega answer. That answer is Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loan. Societe Generale Ghana's Mega Loans promo is available to new and existing salaried workers, existing loan subscribers, including top-up customers and pensioners. Get support for personal needs, family priorities, school fees, home improvement, business support, and more. Enjoy big loans, low rates with a quick and straightforward process designed to help you move without delay. Visit any Societe Generale Ghana branch today or call 030-2214-314. Societe Generale Ghana. The future is you.
Welcome back, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. And the 6 a.m. news brought to us by Total Energies. Total, we go the extra mile for you. And then Absa Bank Ghana Limited, your story matters. Akwafu.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning, man. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Well, God is still taking care of his children. We have life. It's a Monday, which means it's 4 days to Friday.
Which means it's 2 days when the Black Stars play, right?
Yes, the Black Stars are playing on Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. Maybe that's how we count it down.
Yeah.
Because the weekend starts from there when they win.
Black Stars. Oh, but I have a feeling we'll beat Panama.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
We'll see how it goes. You had a great weekend?
I think so. Yeah, I think I did. Yeah. It was quite restful, yeah.
I'm happy that, the price floor indicates that, petroleum prices are going to be going down.
Yeah.
And for me, that's good.
We anticipate from tomorrow.
We should check diesel. Because in the past, we realized that, this morning we're having a conversation about from farm to the table, why infrastructure matters in the food that we eat. Transportation is a major plays a major role in how the foods get to our table. And in transporting them, of course, you need good roads. But beyond that also, the vehicle that transports them, even the fuel. For me, it's important because diesel, a lot of these trucks use diesel. So if the trucks use diesel should not be so expensive.
It should be cheap.
It should be cheap. Because when diesel is cheap, food will be cheaper. Yeah, because in transporting food, whatever cost is incurred is passed on to the consumer.
Yeah.
So, yes, for us as farmers, we are praying that the price of diesel goes down. And, which means we can get into the Joy Business Report brought to us by Omni Basic Bank, not just another bank. But coming up this morning also on the Super Morning Show on Daryl, the Weija Dam. As a result of the rainfall over the last weeks, there's one thing that has happened. We have lots of, and there's a story on myjoyonline.com says, illegal dam site washed into Weija Lake after floods, raising public health fears. As by David Ando. I'll just share a bit with you because we'll bring you the details. Says, a part of an unauthorized refuse landfill site believed to contain an uncontrolled mix of municipal, industrial, and e-waste, including heavy metals like lead, cadmium, mercury, arsenic, and chromium, has been washed into the Weija Lake. The illegal site, which was created along the banks of the river at American Farm at English Yamanfo in the Gan South municipality of the Greater Accra region by an unknown property developer to fill the waterway for a commercial project, was swept into the Weija Lake by Wednesday's devastating floods and now poses a grave danger to about 80% of Accra's residents who rely on the water supply from the lake produced by the Ghana Water.
And it's like every year, it almost seems as if every year they have to go through this.
Yeah. But this is serious. And this morning we're going to be getting into this story. Because, look, around the Weija, around the lake, we should minimize activities.
Yeah.
This is a major source of drinking water. Okay? And, there was a documentary did by Richard Kojo that actually one of the professor said that, look, sometimes the heavy metals in our water, the kind of treatment needed to get them out may not be found at our water treatment plants. We'll get into all of that here on the Super Morning Show. But over the weekend also, the 20-year-old student of the University of Cape Coast who went missing was washed ashore at the Hatchland beach area.
That's a sad story.
Very sad.
That's a sad story.
Very, very, very sad. I went to the University of Cape Coast, and in our first year, we're in the first year, one of our friends also died in such circumstances. Very sad one. But former Chief Justice Sophia Akuffo resigns from the Council of State. Okay. What could be the reason? All of these coming up here on the Super Morning Show. Who gets the trumpet?
Did I want to be a bit mischievous? I hope we are catching the World Cup on Joy Prime. Have you heard of Curaçao?
Oh, Curaçao. The team that Germany beat 7-1.
Yeah, I mean,
Curaçao, yes.
Yay, 7-1. But I understand it's a Dutch island. I don't have any friends there. I want to make friends there, so I want to shout out Curaçao, whoever is.
The team that lost, rather. Okay, Curaçao. Yeah. Okay, so to all the how are their nationals called? We'll find out here on the Super Morning Show. We say
trumpet. Hi, good morning. Welcome to the Joy Business Report. Coming up this morning, fuel price is set to go down from tomorrow, with petrol witnessing one of its biggest drop in recent times. Also coming up, some farmers warn current floods and rains will affect crop yields and harvest later in the year. Plus, Bank of Ghana directs all financial institutions to halt providing services to cryptocurrency platforms, facilitating transfers to virtual foreign currency wallets. Details coming up. Thanks for being with us. Hello to our friends listening from Koforidua and KTU Radio. Fuel prices are set to go down beginning tomorrow, June 16. Petrol may witness one of its biggest declines in recent times, dropping by as much as 9% per litre. There's more in the following report.
Could see oil marketing companies sell a litre of petrol at 14 Ghana cedis 72 pesos, down from the almost 16 Ghana cedis per litre. Diesel, on the other hand, could drop by almost 2% and result in a litre going for a little over 15 Ghana cedis. A kilogram of LPG would drop marginally and could be sold at 17 Ghana cedis 20 pesos. According to the oil marketing companies, the reduction has been influenced by some significant drop in prices of crude and finished petroleum products on the international market, due to news about US and Iran reaching a deal in ending the war in the Middle East. However, if there had not been the recent depreciation of the Ghana cedi, we would have seen prices go down far higher than what has been projected.
That was a business desk report. So the strong indications that prices could be going down again in the next 2 weeks due to the U.S. reaching a deal with Iran on end of the current Middle East war. Now, the National Petroleum Authority has reduced the price floor for various petroleum products. Petrol witnessed one of the biggest drops, spiked at 13 cedis 39 pesos, while diesel will now sell at least 15 cedis 11 pesos. This should mean that no oil marketing company should sell below this price. Now, looking at the current competition on the market, it's likely that Guel and Star Oil may change prices and could be selling at this new level beginning tomorrow. Let's turn to Agric now, and some farmers are warning that the rains and the floods across the country would affect crop yield rather than boost harvest later in the year. They're actually worried about the volumes of rain and how that could also affect storage for produce that have been harvested. Edward Carwell is commercial farmer and has been speaking to Joy Business.
When you have the flooding, it destroys almost everything. And even the soil becomes so much soaked that you have too much water for the crops. The crops need water, but not too much water at a particular time. So when you have flooding, which is continuous, then the soil becomes so wet, so porous, that it affects the growth of the crops. And once the crops have not grown well, then you should expect yield to be low. So the flooding is not just anything good, apart from the fact that when you apply your fertilizers and the rest, the floods will just wash everything away.
Now, turning to other news, the cedi's continuous recovery on the market has been linked to improved dollar supply on the market. That's according to some commercial banks. Joy Business has been engaging. Demand on the other side has also started reducing. The local currency continues to strengthen on the market after weeks of sustained depreciation. Some of the banks have told Joy Business that they expect the current turnaround to be sustained. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana has directed all commercial banks and financial institutions to immediately halt providing services to cryptocurrency platforms that are facilitating transfers to virtual foreign currency accounts in Ghana. Here's more.
According to the Bank of Ghana, these cryptocurrency platforms that are involved in this practice are moving funds, especially dollars, to these virtual wallets in Ghana, and they have not even been licensed to do so. These financial institutions, according to the regulator, have aided these practices through bank transfers, credit card payments, mobile money transfers, as well as transfers done by fintech operators. The Bank of Ghana in the notice noted that it will not hesitate to sanction any institution that fails to comply with these new directives. The move is seen by a lot of market watchers as an attempt by Bank of Ghana to halt practices that have recently brought some pressure on the Ghana city.
And you're listening to the Joy Business Report. In a separate development, the Bank of Ghana has extended the deadline for international money transfer operators to July 31, 2026. The regulator, in a statement, advised the operators to take advantage of this window and regularize their status. It warned that any firm that fails to register during this period will not be permitted to operate in the country. Now, shareholders of MTN as well as Mobile Money Fintech Limited will from this year be enjoying dividend payments every quarter. The board secured approval from shareholders of Mobile Money Fintech last week. These payments will be done after the release of each quarterly results. This will be in addition to the final dividend after the full year results at annual meetings, and this may be a good time to be a shareholder of the two entities. Now, Deputy Chief Executive of Ghana National Petroleum Corporation, Hamis Yusuf, has urged that the country's projected $3.5 billion investment in the gas sector will not be enough. He's actually warning it will not be enough to meet domestic gas demand by 2030. Speaking at the West Africa Gas Forum in Accra, Yusuf said the country may still need to rely on imported liquefied natural gas imports to close the supply gap.
What we have to do is to attract investment and lift these bars that you are seeing to go as close as possible to the line that we have there. And we are doing that. So we are working with the Jubilee and 10 partners to increase investment. They have committed to $2 billion investment by 2028 to increase both oil. We're doing the same with the Sankofa partners.
Turning to other news, Telecel Ghana has launched the Ashanti Coast Initiative in Kumasi as part of efforts to promote digitalization and artificial intelligence education among young people in the Ashanti region. Speaking at the program, External Affairs Director Telecel Ghana, Komola Boame, underscored the importance of equipping the younger generation with digital skills.
We are here to launch Ashanti Coast. Ashanti Coast is going to be a training that we're going to give the youth of the region for a period of 12 weeks. We have designed some equipment here, which is a smart gate, a smart tool gate, to the extent that on that expressway, we want to win a contract, and these young girls are going to build a smart tool gate that if the vehicles are coming in, you don't need to stop to do anything. At Telecel, we believe that what they do in the Western region, if we're able to equip our own young ones, they can grow with it and also have that as part of their skills. That would be part of them.
External Affairs Director Telecel Ghana, Komola Boame. We are entering the third week of the Joy Business Agribusiness Month, and the Super Morning Show will this morning be turning attention to the critical role of irrigation, roads, dams, and transport systems in ensuring food gets from farms to consumers. Ahead of today's discussion, Pius Kojo has more in this report.
Every year, Ghanaian farmers produce thousands of tons of maize, rice, soybean, millet, sorghum, and other food crops. Yet, not all of that food ends up on Ghanaian tables. As part of the Joy Business Agribusiness Month 2026, the Super Morning Show will today host a special discussion on the theme From Farm to Table, Why Infrastructure Matters for the Food We Eat. The conversation will examine how strategic investments in agricultural infrastructure can reduce food losses, improve farmer incomes, stabilize food prices, and strengthen Ghana's food security. The discussion will be replayed on the AM show on the Joy News channel at 9:30 tomorrow.
Let's turn to the markets. Let's start with the stock market first. Here's Caitlin Dati of Data Bank Research on how your stocks will fare this week.
Last week, trading activity ended on a positive note, recording price gains in 9 equities against 6 laggards. The top gainers were Access Bank, ETI, Clydestone, Societe Generale, and Total Energies, while Ecobank Ghana, Guinness Ghana, Public Bank, MTN Ghana, and New Gold declined. As a result, The Ghana Stock Exchange Composite Index surged to a year-to-date gain of 64.7%, while the Databank Stock Index surged to a year-to-date return of 83.4%. Weekly turnover increased to 163.3 million Ghana cedis after trading 319,084 shares over 30 counters, with MTN Ghana and GCB Bank accounting for 69.4% of the market turnover. This week, we expect the share prices of Enterprise Group, SIC, and Societe Generale to increase, while Guinness Ghana and Republic Bank decline further. For Joy Business Reports, Kathleen Dazi of Databank Research.
Well, thanks, Caitlin. Let's look at the commodity market this morning. Crude oil going down by a significant margin to reach $83 a barrel as a result of a deal between the U.S. and Iran on ending the war in the Middle East. Also, gold went up by $100, going for $4,314 an ounce. Cocoa selling at $3,868 a ton. On the currency market, the dollar going for 11 cedis 60 pesos. That's what major commercial banks are offering their clients. The euro going for 13 cedis 41 pesos. The British pound 15 cedis 53 pesos. The Forex Bureau is quoting the dollar at 12 cedis 30 pesos. There is more news on our website, myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of the week. Go Black Stars on Wednesday.
That match, the Ghana game.
Yeah.
Is at dawn on Wednesday, right?
Oh, is it? I thought it was at 11 p.m.
11, eh?
Yeah.
Oh,
so,
okay.
an hour shy of the next day, yeah.
So after that,
we'll come to work.
The game like 1 a.m.
Yeah. You know, when we went to, there'll be an after party, so employers.
What are you suggesting? Are you
employers
sending a signal
this season?
But we would have to be.
Relax the rules.
Let me check the time for the Ghana-Panama game.
Well, I cry for you because you still have to come and host the Super Money show.
Oh, I have to. I have to.
And I have to also be here.
Let me check here. Ghana-Panama game. Ghana. I need to check the time. Ghana vs Panama. Okay, match time. Yes, we need to check that. And use that for... PM. Okay, Wednesday, 11 p.m. Oh.
Yeah, people are going to be...
After that, then there will be post-match celebrations.
Yes, if we win. If we lose, people go to bed early.
We will win.
Okay.
So the match celebrations will definitely happen.
Fingers crossed.
Well, our inspirational song, Wash the Tears by Grams Morgan.
My songs are not smiling songs.
We shall be all right. Yeah. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. Yeah. 'Cause Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, yeah. We know we'll survive, yeah. Jah shall wash away all the tears. Ooh, in this time of destruction, we must hold on firm. We got to get along, being over hurdles, all of the mountain tops. Forward on, we all are marching on. We say, Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, and we know we'll survive, yeah. Jah shall wash away all the tears, yeah. We know we must win the fight. Ooh, when the wicked try come and eat upon our flesh, we know that Jah, He is the best over trials and tribulations. tides are raging high. We know we shall win, and we know we'll survive. Yeah. Jah shall wash away all the tears. We keep on fighting and fighting, yeah, against the wicked in high and low places.
Yeah, and that's Gramps Morgan with Wash the Tears this morning here on the Super Morning Show.
I and I, we shall
We definitely shall overcome.
because Jah shall wash away all the tears.
Anyway, let's get into a Drive Safe campaign, Kojo.
The Drive Safe campaign is brought to you by Joy News and the Multimedia Group and supported by Toyota Superior Quality, Imperial General Assurance, Solid Protection. Avoid all distractions, keep both eyes on the road and hands on the steering wheel. Be visible, drive with your lights on. That's how to ensure your safe arrival. This morning, there are two issues that I want to raise, and they are all related to traffic at dawn and Ghanaians not getting cars to get to work. Jacqueline and Sumayoboa of the Joy News room writes, "Good morning from Accra, where getting to work is a competitive sport and the prize is simply arriving on time. I woke up at 3 a.m. to beat traffic and avoid a repeat of last week's accident. Well, it's 5:20 a.m. and Achimota is already serving premium gridlock. People are still struggling to get cars. Drivers are testing their patience and commuters are testing their faith. Welcome to Accra, where the journey to work sometimes feels like the actual work. And to everyone still heading to school, the office, or wherever the day takes you, I wish you safe travels, patience, and most importantly, transport." This is Jacqueline's post this morning. She woke up at 3 a.m. She lives in Taifa because she doesn't have a car and because we don't have any proper transport system. She goes through this. Reginald Sechi Brown also sent a message this morning that he counted over 1,000 commuters from Kaswa to SCC alone before 6 a.m. 1,000 people before 6 a.m. I thought I was the only crazy person who attempts to count people by the roadside at dawn. And he goes on to write that even though we have a 4-lane road, traffic is already at a standstill. Both sides of the road are congested with lanes being squeezed for maximum flow. It's a long piece he wrote. And he says, how can a 24-hour economy thrive when commuting for the masses is so uncertain? You know, Winston, I've been raising this issue of mass public transportation in this country. When we started talking about it, we were told the government is bringing buses from Egypt. In fact, we denied ourselves the opportunity of building our buses. We brought buses from Egypt. It's just a drop in the ocean. It's not doing much. What is the Ministry of Transport strategy to ensure we move people? And how is that tying into the big push that we are spending billions of Ghana cedis building? We are here building big push roads, and we even don't know whether we'll have express lanes for our buses, so that buses can move within 45 minutes from one side of Accra to the middle, to the CBD. And how do you build an economy when people have to wake up at 3 a.m. just to get to work that has to begin at 8? Mm-hmm. And the impact on even the healthcare system, on family systems, and productivity. So this morning, Drive Safe, I'm just highlighting these. People cannot be safe in their lives if they have to spend 4 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours to get to work. And sometimes queue for more than 1 hour in places that are muddy with no shelter and with no convenience. We need to do better for the Ghanaian. That's my tip for the morning.
Great. Let's have our fuel tip for today then.
And the fuel tip: never refuel a generator whilst it's still running or hot. Heat and fuel vapor are a dangerous combination that can ignite without warning. So shut down your generator and allow it to cool first before you refuel it. And this is a message from Comac.
Oh, great one. I didn't know that. That's a great learning for me. A good learning for me today. Which means we can learn how to say it right. Brought to us by Kingdom Books that Kingdom quality and affordability are their hallmarks, and Societe Generale Bank Ghana. The future is you.
Something must be done.
You say either, I say either.
So this morning on my way to work, I got a call from, do I say usual suspect, David Akwete, and he said, Winston, is it pensioner or pensioner? Kojo, pensioner or pensioner?
Oh, it can't be pensioner.
If you receive pension, you are a pensioner.
Yes, it can be. That one day I know.
That one day. Okay. Which one don't you know? Now, so if you want to say it right, it's pensioner. He's a pensioner. It means he receives pension. Now, a pensioner trustee, on the other hand, here refers to, a professional trustee appointed to, self-administer pension schemes to oversee compliance and all of that. Some have invented the word pensioner as an intransitive verb to mean canvassing for votes by promising higher pensions, but that's a verb. So, if you want to refer to a receiver of pensions, that person is a pensioner and certainly not a pensioner. And that is how you say it right. Great, which means we can acknowledge our partners on Say It Right, Kingdom Books
Yes.
and SG Bank.
And the Kingdom Books year sales is still ongoing. You know that when you go to the Kingdom Books office at Osu, between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily, you get up to 70% discount on the quality products they have for you. So go to Kingdom Books, take advantage of this year sales, the Kingdom Books year sales. Shop smart, save big. And if you want more information, you can call 0244 311 955. That's 0244 311 955.
And from growing businesses to completing that building project and supporting education or family, many Ghanaians are already doing mega things with the mega loans from SG Ghana. And it's now your turn with even lower, more competitive rates. Achieving your dream is now possible. With SG Ghana's mega loans promo, salaried workers of SG Ghana listed companies, pensioners, and eligible customers can access support for personal needs, family commitments, home projects, and more. There's still time, because from now till July 2026, apply and enjoy big loans at small rates. Yes, very low rates. And a fast, hassle-free process that helps you to get moving sooner. Visit any SG Ghana branch near you or call 0302-214-314 for more information or for more details about the SG Ghana Mega Loans promo today. Terms and conditions apply. Societe Generale Ghana, the future is you. Great, which means we can get into the newspaper review now, brought to us by Syntex Tank Air Strong, Air Tough, and Kelchaco Toothpaste Happy Smile, Star Oil, quality and affordable fuel for all.
Now, I'll begin with the Ghanaian publisher. And since we are still in the Agribusiness month, I think it's just right that I start with this story. Farmers warn of food crisis over subsidized fertilizer delays. Farmers warn of food crisis over subsidized fertilizer delays. GLOA defense private operator says KGL comparison is flawed. Now, proposed ACI system faces questions over cost and value, and government seeks review of party's Canada ban, and KGL upgrades Accra's psychiatric OPD facility.
Now, the daily graphic for this morning says High Court quashes G-Tech directive on Costa Rican university doctoral degrees. I'll tell you more about this. 310,000 students benefit from no stress fee policy and defend democratic governance. Mama Yarga rallies young citizens. Back page says bloodlines and battle lines. World Cup set for rare sibling rivalries, family alliances. Okay, so Derek Lucassen comes here, was born in Netherlands but represents Ghana. Then there's Brian Brobby, who plays allegiance to Netherlands, his country of birth. There's the Inaki Williams and Nico Williams. Inaki plays for Ghana, Nico plays for Spain. You know, in 2010, we had Kevin Prince Boateng and his brother, Jerome Boateng. Jerome played for Ghana, played for Germany. Kevin played for Ghana. And even in 2014, a similar thing happened. Okay. Anyway, let's get into other headlines.
Other headlines, if we go to the Daily Guide, police close probe against Naharika Handa and her son Oti Abuaji declares bid for national NPP National Affairs Chair, National Affairs Vice Chair, and GLOA punches holes into KGL revenue comparison. That's the Ghana Lotto Operators Association. We can't farm with promises. Farmers to government. And Angela List elected Mines Chamber Vice President.
Okay, now the news center says new cargo tracking fees could hit consumers hard. Comes with photographs of Elizabeth Ofoso-Jared, Minister of Trade, Agribusiness and Industry, Joseph Bukari Nikpe, Minister for Transport, Kassel Atoforsen, Minister for Finance, and Professor Ransford Jampo, CEO of the Ghana Shippers Authority, and Anthony Kwesi Sapong, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority. Also on the front page of the news center, GLOA, that's GLOA, exposes distorted KGL comparison, says they operate under fundamentally different conditions. Okay, let's go online now. The online news review. Okay, I have another story. Another paper.
No.
The online news review brought to us by Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
And the second edition of the Zenith Bank SME Business Empowerment Lab is here. If you're running an SME or planning to start one, join the virtual webinar themed Building a Sustainable Business in a Changing Economy, Legal and Regulatory Essentials for Small Businesses. It's happening on Thursday, this Thursday, 18th of June 2026 at 10 a.m. If you want to register, go to zenithbank.com.gh. Registration is free. Zenith Bank, in your best interest. And online, petrol prices set for sharpest drop in months as fuel costs fall from June 16. Former Foreign Affairs Minister and ex-ECOWAS Commission President James Victor Beho dies at 91. Sad one there. Presidency cuts political appointees by 124, but compensation bill jumps 148%, and staff classifications raise questions. And a tragic betrayal. WHO chief condemns deadly xenophobic attacks in South Africa. Mother returning from South Africa detained at airport, bail denied. This is Oliver Bakavomawo alleging. And police rule out visible assault in death of UCC student found on beach as investigations continue. Now, if you check more stories, the oil price is still here. Oil price slide after Pakistan announces deal between US and Iran. So we are going to see some peace between US, Iran, and Israel, and that's going to bring some stability in the global energy space. That is my joy online. If you go to citynewsroom.com, fuel prices in Ghana likely to fall as global oil prices drop after US-Iran peace deal. And Treasury bill auction oversubscribed as government raises 8.29 billion Ghana cedis. No trained teachers, collapsing classrooms in a town called Gakon. The school is in distress. And ECOWAS Commission mourns former President Victor Beho. So those are some of the stories. And on road safety issues in Ho, 2 people were killed and several others injured in a road crash.
I mean, a bit about the UCC students. So there's a statement from the university that says University of Cape Coast student found dead at Hatchland Beach. Investigations underway. So the University of Cape Coast Police has confirmed the recovery of the body of a level 200 Bachelor of Commerce Human Resource student at Hatchland Beach area near Duako in Cape Coast. The incident has prompted an ongoing investigation as authorities work to establish the circumstances surrounding the student's death. According to the UCC District Police Commander, ASP Abdul Abubakar, the police received a report at approximately 6 a.m. on Friday, June 12, 2026, from residents of the Akoto community indicating that a body had been washed ashore along the beach, and upon receipt of the information, the police promptly proceeded to the scene to verify the report. Following preliminary examination of the scene, the police observed no visible signs of physical injury. The body was subsequently conveyed to the mortuary at the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, pending formal identification and further investigations. As part of ongoing investigations, the police received information later that evening suggesting that the deceased was a student of UCC. In response, the Dean of Student Affairs was notified to assist with the identification process and related administrative procedures. This line of inquiry was subsequently reinforced when the deceased roommate with whom she resided in a private hostel at Amoah, a nearby community to the University of Cape Coast, reported to the police station with a photograph which aided in confirming the identity as Innocentia Achupi-Avinu. The roommate recounted that the deceased had last been seen 2 days earlier at about 7 p.m. when she received a phone call, dressed casually, and left the room. She also indicated that colleagues became more concerned when Miss Avinu did not return. Consequently, efforts were made by friends and colleagues to trace her whereabouts throughout the following day, but these attempts proved unsuccessful. Subsequently, on Saturday, June 13, the family of the deceased visited the police station and were escorted to the mortuary for identification. The family confirmed the identity of the deceased, and observations made at the mortuary were consistent with the initial findings, as no physical injuries were detected on the body. In the light of these developments, ASP Abdul Abubakar indicated that the police will on Monday, June 15, that's today, obtain a coroner's form from the court to facilitate a post-mortem examination. This procedure will enable a pathologist to determine the exact cause of death and provide further clarity on the case. Meanwhile, the police has assured the public that investigations are ongoing, and the general public is also being advised to desist from sharing or publicizing false information about the incident, as such actions may impede ongoing investigations and cause unnecessary distress to the bereaved families, course-mates, management, and the entire university community. The university management has been duly informed, and appropriate support measures are being extended to the family, the affected roommate, colleague students, and course-mates during this difficult period. So that's it, Kojo, on the level 200 student from the University of Cape Coast. We'll wait for the outcome of the investigations.
I've seen Edem Agbane's statement on Facebook suggesting that she was a very bright student who was being supported under Edem Agbane's scholarship scheme. And a lot of people are eulogizing her, basically. And I just hope that the police get to the bottom of this to give the family closure, friends and the school also gets closure, and also institute measures to prevent these things from happening in future. Now, from there, let's go to the agric story. Farmers warn of food crisis over subsidized fertilizer delays. That's how the Ghanaian publisher puts it. The Daily Guide says, "We can't farm with promises, farmers to government." And the BNFT says, "Food production under threat as farmers sound alarm over delayed subsidies." Now, if you check the details of the story, I'll give you the BNFT story. It says Ghana's food production is facing a looming crisis as farmers across the country continue to struggle to access fertilizers due to delays in the government subsidy program. In farming hubs such as Edra, Nkransa, Techiman, Gosu, and Sitrioso, producers warn that the absence of affordable input is already affecting crop development and could lead to reduced harvests this season. And for years, the subsidized fertilizers have been a lifeline, helping farmers cut costs and sustain yields. But with supplies unavailable for months, many have been forced to turn to expensive market alternatives. And this is a big problem. You know, Winston, we need to produce about 4 million tons of maize to be sufficient. And I don't want to talk about the other commodities. I just want us to focus on maize. Now, to produce 4 million tons and properly apply the right quantities of fertilizer, you need between 200 to 400,000 tons of fertilizer per year to produce this 4 million tons. As we speak, farmers don't know what to do to get subsidized fertilizer because the Ministry of Food and Agric has not released fertilizer, because the Ministry of Finance has also not funded the industry. Tomorrow, we know that the minister is going to distribute some 40,000 bags of fertilizer. That's just about 2,000 tons of a possible 600,000 tons of fertilizer we have to use this year for all production. 2,000 tons of 600,000 tons that Ghana needs to produce fertilizer. And you see, the sad thing is, when they don't support industry, and industry, you find your money to farm, they also allow the importers to flood the markets with the grain such that you cannot farm, you cannot sell. So the few farmers who last year got some money to farm, they cannot sell the maize. And they are creating the impression amongst the populace that we actually got a food glut. No, we didn't. We farmed just a little bit. And the little we farm too, we cannot sell because go to Tema Port right now, there are vessels discharging rice and maize and other things. How do you support industry which employs millions with policies that kill them?
You see, the good thing about government supporting these farmers is that apart from helping them to produce more, they also help sustain their families. Because this is the point. If I, have to produce and cannot sell, I'll stop producing.
I mean, this year I'm not growing any maize this year.
If I stop producing, it means that my family suffers.
Yeah.
And the other thing, you see, the good thing about an appreciating Ghana city is that businesses can import. And Kojo, look, let's put this on record. When businesses realize that it is better to import than to produce locally, they will import.
And then we lose all the jobs, we lose all the capacity, we lose the opportunity.
Once we are importing, we are also creating jobs in another country. So what government must do, you see, and this is what I keep saying, for those who can even afford, you see, there are people who can afford to buy fertilizers. You support them, so they would buy. So all these schemes that we've introduced over the period, NEIP, MASLOG, and all those things, if government had given those funds to banks to actually give to farmers with very reduced rates, say 2-3% interest, with a moratorium so they can use it and grow their businesses, it's better. But if you're going to, it's been raining, we are in June, you're now going to distribute fertilizers when people started planting in April.
Number one, the tractors and the machines the government said they were bringing to enable farmers to farm, they are not in. Seed, not in. Fertilizer, not in. How do you ensure and assure a 24-hour economy when the basic things that economy needs to thrive are not there? And I really think that the president should let us know, and chief of staff, you should let us, what's happening between Ministry of Agriculture and Ministry of Finance. The same thing, what's happening between Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Works and Housing and projects like the Garrett project. Accra is flooding, there's money sitting down, money is not being released. What really is happening in this country?
Good question, Kojo. And to other stories, there's a story on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. High Court quashes GTEC directive on Costa Rican university doctoral degrees. So it says the High Court in Adentan has quashed a directive issued by the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission that declined to recognize qualifications awarded by the Universidad Empresarial de Costa Rica, ruling that the decision was unlawful and breached the rights of the affected graduates. The court, presided over Justice Kwame Jemfio, said that GTEC failed to give holders of the qualifications a hearing before issuing its November directive, which declared that UNEM certificates could not be used for teaching, appointments, promotions, or career progression within the country's tertiary education system. Okay, the court further held that the directive contravened provisions of the Tertiary Institutions Establishment and Accreditation Regulations, which protects the validity of degrees already awarded, even where the accreditation is later revoked. It means we can bring you the BBC News now, brought to us by Fidelity Bank. Believe with us, Glyco, we cushion you for life. And Oba Spaghetti is made for you. Call your people, call your crew. Come chop, everybody chop Oba. You know, go stop. Oba, come chop, everybody chop.
To find out in Sierra Leone.
This is the BBC World Service, the world's radio station.
Coming up from the BBC World Service, The Interview, conversations with the people shaping our world with me, Justin Webb. For this episode, I speak to Director General of the World Health Organization, Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, on the rapid spread of Ebola in the Democratic Republic of Congo. There's been an increasing number of cases with cross-border transmission to Uganda. He also makes a plea to countries to spend less on defence and more on disease prevention.
In 2025, the expenditure in defense and military expenditure reached $2.7 trillion, while the expenditure in health declined. Is that justifiable? I don't think so. Viruses kill more people than any war in recent memory.
Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus will hear more on The Interview after the news.
BBC News with Emily Thomas. The US and Iran say they've reached a deal to halt their war. In a social media post, Donald Trump said he was authorizing the toll-free opening of the Strait of Hormuz and removing the US naval blockade of Iran. The agreement includes the end of the war in Lebanon. The Iranian Deputy Foreign Minister Kazem Garibabadi had this to say after the text had been finalized.
Two immediate developments were supposed to take place and will take place, starting last night on the early hours of Monday. First, the immediate and permanent end of the war and military operations on various fronts, including in Lebanon. The second development was the lifting and the end of the naval blockade that the United States had imposed on the Islamic Republic of Iran, which was also announced by the US President in his statement. This memorandum of understanding was reached despite our complete distrust of our enemies.
Our chief North America correspondent, Gary O'Donoghue, says there are a number of potential sticking points.
The deal, while crucial, is just a beginning. It will kick off a period of 60 days, during which the US and Iran will have to agree on how to destroy and remove Iran's nuclear material. That in itself could easily falter. The exact status of the Strait of Hormuz is also something over which divergent views are still apparent. And the timing of sanctions relief and the unfreezing of Iranian assets is still not consistent between both parties.
Ukraine says Russian airstrikes targeting the capital and other cities have killed at least 9 people. Ukraine's interior minister said 5 emergency workers died while putting out a fire caused by an attack on Kharkiv in the northeast of the country. In Kiev, 4 more people were killed in Russian attacks on residential buildings. Nick Beek is in Kiev.
For more than 4 hours, waves of ballistic and cruise missiles and drones hammered Ukraine. In Kyiv, the Pechersk-Lavra monastery, a 1,000-year-old UNESCO World Heritage Site, was seriously damaged. The head of the Orthodox Church of Ukraine called it another Russian crime against humanity, against history, against Christianity. Russian officials said 3 people were killed in Ukrainian strikes.
The Crown Prince of Norway's stepson has been found guilty of rape and sentenced to 4 years in prison. Marius Borghoibo was also convicted on 1 count of domestic violence and had already pleaded guilty to drugs offences. His mother, Mette-Marit, is married to the heir to Norway's throne. Hoibo's biological father was himself a convicted drug dealer. The case had lasted nearly 2 months, with the court hearing how Hoibo made videos of his sexual encounters, all of which he had insisted were consensual. BBC News. Talks on Ukraine and Moldova joining the European Union begin on Monday. This first phase has been made possible by the recent election of a new government in Hungary, which has lifted the previous administration's opposition to negotiations. Polls suggest a clear majority of Ukrainians see EU membership as a vital means of keeping the country out of Russia's orbit. The Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo has continued to expand into new areas, despite intensified surveillance and treatment efforts. Health officials say there are now nearly 800 cases across the northeastern provinces of Ituri and North Kivu. Nearly 200 people have died. Despite restrictions on public gatherings, local media say many venues are still crowded due to lack of diligence and lax enforcement. The authorities in Pakistan have acknowledged that a police officer shot and killed a 9-year-old girl from Australia. Hania Ahmed was in a car with her family when they were held up at gunpoint in the city of Chakwal. Police arrived on the scene but apparently confused the family's car with the suspects and opened fire, killing the child and also injuring her father and brother. Australia's Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, has demanded a full and transparent investigation. Britain is expected to announce sweeping changes aimed at protecting children online. The plans, to be unveiled in the coming hours by the Prime Minister, Keir Starmer, include banning under-16s from using social media. Zoe Kleinman reports.
9 out of 10 parents who responded to the government's public consultation supported the idea of keeping them off platforms including Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat and X until they're older. The current minimum age is 13. Additional measures are likely to include overnight curfews for under 16s or even under 18s, as well as blocking access to AI chatbots that generate sexually explicit content.
BBC News.
Hello, I'm BBC presenter.
Challenge these days, new level crowd. Where did you pass?
Me, pass somewhere.
Laws that are enforced so people don't listen. So now let me get to Chairman Wontumi.
Right.
I think that those who say the Attorney General shouldn't, in effect, engage are wrong. There can always be negotiations and a plea deal, but I think that punishment is an important part of these things. It should not lead to a situation where people just return the money and go scot-free. A nation that deals foul thieves and cassava thieves should not let big people go free when they commit crimes. So yes, the negotiation can save us prosecution cost and defense attorney cost and all that kind of thing. But still, punishment ought to be part of a plea deal. Here, a plea deal in the United States, for example, means that if this might have led to imprisonment for life, it may lead to, say, 10, 15 years of imprisonment. In other words, you might get a lesser sentence when you do a plea deal, but it does not mean that if you clearly committed a crime, you can walk away scot-free. So one should not presume anybody guilty. He's innocent until proven guilty. He should be able to engage. But I think that some kind of custodial sentence or criminal penalties must be on the table. I noticed that his lawyer is trying to withdraw from the case, and the Attorney General is trying to...
No, that's not the case in focus. That case is over. The Samra Boy matter, that one is over. They are waiting for judgment. This one is the Export-Imports Bank, the loan he took for agricultural purposes. Yeah.
Okay, so I would just say that the government ought to engage, but custodial sentences and criminal punitive fines must be on the table. However, politics looms large in the background, because when you think of a situation where the government itself announced earlier that it is up to the discretion of the Attorney General to accept some of these plea deals, where people win cases in court and they thank the Asante and the president instead of thanking the judiciary, and where we randomly find nolle prosequis with lack of accountability about why they were filed and people got freed, the public has reason to be concerned about whether our legal system is tiered, one for the powerful or one for the weak. I think that we should be guided by the kind of retribution faced by cassava and foul thieves, and that big people ought not to get away just because they are big and connected people.
If the cassava and foul thieves don't want to negotiate plea deals, why should that be visited on somebody who wants to, exercise their rights in that regard?
Thompson, the right to legal representation, you work to my admiration among people in our prisons, some of who were remanded just years ago and their case have not been held. The reason their cases haven't been held is that sometimes they don't have lawyers, and if they have lawyers, these are volunteer lawyers who don't have time. So our justice system obviously depends on your ability to hire counsel. I'm just saying that we need to be careful that in the end, when one looks, if even innocently, we will not seem to be operating a system where if you are powerful and connected enough, you can loot the state and then dribble and get away with it. And the ultimate example is that when government changes, if to me or any of these other people about whom we are making noises regards to Ura and others, if God forbid 2028 we find out that MPP is in power, most of their problems will go away regardless of whether they are guilty or not.
Did you say God forbid, if MPP is in power, God forbid?
Yeah, God forbid on the legal front, because we know that's what is going to happen, because it happened to the NDC people.
Okay. So your statement was not that MPP should not return to power.
Well, that is a whole new show. The MPP, as it is framed now, as it is constituted now, unrepentant as it is, does not deserve to return to power. But that's a different show.
Okay.
This Father's Day, give Dad more than just a gift. Give him an unforgettable experience. Join the Joy brands for the Joy Safari Escape, the ultimate weekend getaway created to celebrate fathers and father figures on 20th and 21st of June. Enjoy a premium escape filled with relaxation, adventure, music, great food, and quality family time. Your experience includes breakfast courtesy from Safari Homes, complimentary bus service to and from Aqua Safari because we care about your comfort, luxury night stay at Aqua Safari, scenic river tours and boat cruises, fish and tortoise feeding experience, underwater cave viewing, eco park adventure with amazing wildlife encounters, buffet meals, island party with live band entertainment, swimming pool, archery, board games, lawn tennis, endless vibes from our DJs, and fun activities for the kids too. So bring along the entire family. Rates are going for 4,000 Ghana cedis single, 6,000 Ghana cedis double, and 10,000 Ghana cedis for a family of 4. Book now or make enquiries by calling or WhatsApping Lois on 053 100 3813. The Joy Safari Escape, June 20 and 21. Joy Safari Escape, one weekend, endless memories. The Joy Safari Escape is powered by Hits FM and Joy Prime.
To dance with my father again.
You need to appreciate this. When you are a prosecutor, you have choices to make. And when you are a defense counsel, you also have choices to make. I can imagine that the defense team or Dr. Chairman Wontumi taking cognizance of the enormity of cases that they are having to deal with at the
3 cases so far.
3 cases so far. May decide that let's take advantage of this option. After all, it's a loan. A loan is meant to be paid. And so if anybody is raising issues in the manner in which the loan was procured, and you are eventually going to pay it, and there's the option to pursue plea bargain, why don't you explore it? That doesn't mean there is guilt. Because even when you look at our plea bargain law, the Criminal Offences Procedure and Other Offences Amendment Act, right? It stipulates that in the process, the prosecutor would have to make known to you the fact that, you are not guilty, particularly where you have not pleaded guilty, and the fact that you have a right to a fair trial. And so all those...
It doesn't stop there. It says the prosecutor must make available to you all evidence that they have that will go to exculpate you.
Exactly.
So you must see it in full to make the decision whether you still want to do a plea bargain.
Exactly. So full disclosure. Now, the point is that we need to emphasize within context that the decision to do plea bargaining is not an admission of guilt. That ought to be emphasized. We also have to emphasize that the decision will be based on choices that you, as a lawyer and your client, may want to make given the circumstances. And if you are in the shoes of Chairman Wontumi, when you are already dealing with 3 prosecutions, and you know that, yes, there's no dispute that I took a loan, and a loan is a loan. A loan is not the stealing of money. A loan is the procurement of financial assistance or credit, which is meant to be paid in accordance with the terms and conditions of it. And you know that you eventually pay it. And somebody is saying that because of that, you are going to be prosecuted. And there's the option of entering into an agreement whereby you will return the money. I would always advise my client, given the circumstance, that look, this is a low-hanging fruit. Let's take advantage of it. And then let's move to deal with the 3 other ones that are already pending in court. We need to bear in mind
There'll be two others left.
There'll be 2 others left. Yes. And so that, in my view, is very strategic as a lawyer from where I sit. Indeed, if I'm also acting as the Attorney General, right, it will be consistent with the Attorney General's approach so far. Because if you look at the way and manner he dealt with the Dr. Dofuo case, he said that he was prioritizing asset recovery and avoid prolonged costly litigation. And so this initiation, if
that's the case, he accepted 60%.
That was the case he assessed.
And then filed a nolli prosequi to terminate the case.
Prosequi, in respect of the Dr. Dofuo matter.
Right.
And so that would, if the Attorney General proceeds to engage Dr. Chemawun to me, right, that would also be consistent with his approach so far. And so, with the greatest of respect, I think that let's all acknowledge that this is not an admission of guilt. And I like what my brother Dr. Bonfe said, that look, oftentimes we are in a hurry to crucify people in this country. I think we need to pull the brakes on it and then look at things from their proper perspective, right? Plea bargain exists for some of these reasons. You and I know that from the plea bargain law, one of the things that the Attorney General may decide to do will be to even withdraw the charges. The Attorney General may even decide to go for a lesser charge. And the Attorney General may even decide that, look, I would not even prosecute at all. The Attorney General may equally also decide that, look, instead of a bigger sentence or a harsher sentence, let's negotiate for something lesser. So, in my humble view, this is something that we should not be in a hurry to make conclusions that, big men are getting away and so on and so forth.
But
even for our arts and culture,
of course.
If you don't do that, you don't win.
No.
Wow.
Look, and the Nigerians do it so well, The Nigerians do it so well. There's this Nigerian guy that I interviewed years ago in my previous life. Look, he actually kept in touch with me. Every month you hear from him. Like, oh, bro, I'm just checking up on you. Oh, anytime you find yourself in Dubai, Charlie, link up, let's have fun, that kind of thing.
Oga now.
The Nigerians do it so well.
Oga now. How now?
In Ghana. Our artists only look for you when they have a new song. When you have a new song, then they look for you. And that's the problem in Nigeria. And today in Nigeria, Don Jazzy steamed up with global these things. And, it's marketing the Nigerian artist. That's what we should do. Stonebwoy is doing well. Okay? I mean, the other artists that are doing well, we should help them. Because when they do well, when Burna Boy goes to perform at FIFA, he's a Nigerian. So we hear Nigeria there. If Stonebwoy goes to perform at the World Cup,
and
he's
his
a
team
Ghanaian.
largely Nigerian, so people will get paid.
That's it. Now, this message from Ken Ashibe says, Winston and Kojo, I have rice in stock, and most of my farmers in Abutia and whole West District are in the same boat. We have rice that we have not sold. So how are we going to plant? I am concentrating on my coconut and exploring rubber. We have opened our markets and cheap quality and cheap food is being dumped on us. When they kill our capacity to produce, they will hike the price of imported food. To make matters worse, farm inputs are still expensive. We farmers are dying.
Would it be illegal to suggest to farmers to picket at the Ministry of Trade and the Ministry of Food and Agriculture and Jubilee House to force the government to check on the imports, the unregulated imports of grains? Would it be illegal to suggest to farmers that we should do that? Because for me...
Oh no, it is not illegal once you inform them that you're coming.
It's a fundamental national security threat that your farmers have grown food they cannot sell. And, the shameful part of it, which I've mentioned on this show before, look at all the donations of our key politicians of foodstuff to prisons, to whatever. If they are donating rice, it's imported rice. I don't know whether they buy it or they are giving to them as gifts. But in the spirit of national security, national consciousness, supporting industries, even if somebody comes to dash you foreign rice, imported rice, tell them you don't want it.
You've made a very important point.
From the top to the bottom.
While I agree with you that from the top, it's something that they should do. In fact, as a state, the policy should be consumption of locally produced food. But if I, as a private man, and that's why I like the fact that you talk about the state, but the private man will look out for the one that his pocket loves the most, can afford. Kojo, what can your pocket afford is the question we should seek answers to. So if I am going to buy rice, for instance, and the local rice is better, okay, I like the local rice because of the quality and everything, but also because I can afford to buy, my brother. If local rice with all the quality I cannot afford, my brother, I would look for the one that is imported that I can afford.
Fortunately, if you go to a lot of the local rice hubs, local rice is cheaper. I personally am selling 5 kg of rice in my shop for 80 Ghana cedis. If you have the wherewithal to go to a Suchari and Akuse areas, you can even get 5 kilo for 65 Ghana cedis. And the big retailers and wholesalers of rice, it's a cabal. It's a cabal that is, so they are actually stepping on our necks and preventing us from making inroads in the market. And unfortunately, personally as a farmer, I have built my agribusiness intelligence dashboard that helps me to see the shifts in the industries to know how to grow. We have a state that is not looking at data to even inform policy. So people are dumping goods here. Your farmers are crying, and then you are coming to distribute 2,000 tons of fertilizer instead of the required 600,000 tons of fertilizer the industry needs.
My brother,
how do we develop Ghana that way?
How do we develop
with
Ghana?
With a president who says he's resetting the country with a 24-hour economy. And then you have Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Agric releasing statements like it is not a serious...
I have told you here before that the 24-hour economy, here we are. And the first thing we want to do is
they will be traveling around the world looking at things that people are doing and we don't implement anything.
Is to do what? Is to build markets. And some of the markets, we are demolishing existing markets to build ultra-modern markets.
Markets to sell imported goods or locally produced goods.
The 24-hour economy has also become a procurement thing. And in Ghana, once anything becomes associated with procurement, we will come back and discuss the problems later.
When we talk about agric infrastructure, I will show you how farmers are struggling against all odds to feed this country, whilst people at the top are just making money of the sweat of farmers.
Great. All of these coming up here on the Super Morning Show. But as always, we do the show with you, okay? Share your own thoughts with us. On X, use the hashtag JoySMS. Then on WhatsApp, 055-111-11997. But breakfast is already special, but with Nido, it just got even better. With the Nido 10 plus 1 promo on our 14 grams and 23 gram packs, you have 10 plus 1 more reasons to enjoy breakfast. Buy a 1 strip of our promo pack and get 11 sachet instead of 1 extra, 11 sachet instead, 1 extra sachet free. Now, that's more smiles at the table, more creamy goodness fortified with iron, and more value for your family. Because our breakfast deserves a little extra. Promo runs while stock lasts. T's and C's apply.
Now, Kofi, the Morning Star International School wishes to announce that enrollment for the 2026-2027 academic year is in progress. Programs offered are the Cambridge Lower Secondary, IGCSE, A-Level, and WASSCE. And this award-winning school located at Dodowa has both local and international accreditation. Enrollment forms may be accessed from the school's website. You go to Mo Star School, that is mostarschool.edu.gh, or you collect them from the high school or basic school campus. The entrance exam is on Saturday, 20th of June 2026, and the venues, the Morning Star School cantonments. And if you want to be a part of an enriching learning community, this is where it begins. So call 0243-758-795 or 0303-975-628. Morning Star, arise and shine.
And Bank of Africa invites you to reactivate your dormant account today. Discover the refreshed range of products and services from the enhanced SME support facility to the convenience of a USD debit credit card and much more. So USD debit card or credit card and much more. Updating your account is also easy. Simply visit any Bank of Africa branch with your Ghana card. For any assistance, call Bank of Africa on 0302-429-333 or 0302-249-690. Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close as a
partner. And Ghana, let's talk water tanks. Do you know the secret to raw water storage? It's simple. If your tank doesn't have the tortoise on it, then it's not the correct tank. That's right. The tortoise tank, Syntex tank, is the champion of water tanks. It is strong and durable and built to handle our Ghanaian weather. Rain or shine, Syntex tank has your back. So call them 0244 335 168. You can also go to syntexgh.com to buy your Syntex tank, and there are 400 outlets in this country, 400 agents that sell Syntex tank. So go grab your Syntex tank. Syntex tank, are strong, are tough.
And the China Europe International Business School (CEIBS) is offering world-class executive education for ambitious leaders and entrepreneurs. Its global EMBA in Shanghai, taught across 12 countries with unmatched global exposure, ranks number 2 globally by the Financial Times and has remained in the top 2 for 8 consecutive years. The full-time MBA, also in Shanghai, shapes future-ready professionals and is ranked number 1 in Asia for 10 consecutive years and number 8 globally. In Ghana, the Advanced Management Program AMP equips senior executives with strategic leadership capabilities, while the Owner-Director Program empowers family business leaders as directors to scale sustainably. The Women Entrepreneurship and Leadership for Africa WELA program run across Ghana, and Nigeria supports female leaders and aspiring entrepreneurs to build strong structures and systems for business growth and scale. Join CEIBS to gain global insight, practical skills, and a powerful alumni network to accelerate your impact. For registration and inquiries, call them on 0544 315 238 or visit ceibs.edu/Africa.
And you know, there's a new bus business around, okay? With all the rain, with all the challenges with public transport, this business is actually solving the problem for us. That's why more travelers are now choosing the Oya Bus Ride, the app that puts you in control of your intercity travel. With this, you can book your trip from your phone, you can choose your preferred seat, you can select your pickup location, you can track your journey, and even monitor driver behavior for added peace of mind. No station stress, no unnecessary hassle, just convenient travel designed around you. The pilot route currently operates between Accra and Kumasi, and with the Oya app, you can choose the route that works best for you. So you can download the Oya Bus Ride app. This is OYA Bus Ride app. OYA Bus Ride app on Google Store, the App Store, and discover your journey right now. Why your journey should begin on your phone. Oya Bus Ride, no giddy giddy. Oya, let's go.
Well, the football fever is here, and Malcolm is kicking off the biggest shopping event of the season. So from now till the 19th of July 2026, every purchase of 800 Ghana cedis or more gives you the chance to score big every week, win amazing prizes including 3 cars, 5 giant 98-inch televisions, 4 Samsung Galaxy Fold 7 smartphones. I love that one. 4 Akai SBS refrigerators, 10 LG soundbars, plus 40,000 worth of Malcolm gift vouchers. Shop, score, win. So whether you're buying groceries, electronics, appliances, furniture, fashion, or household essentials, every qualifying purchase brings you closer to victory. Visit any Malcolm store nationwide today. Spend 800 Ghana cedis or more and enter the draw, because at Malcolm, every deal is a goal. Malcolm, where Ghana shops. T's and C's apply.
And if you enter Malcolm today, look on the stands and get your Milo all-in-one. It's a great option. You don't have to worry about what to have for breakfast, especially for the kids. Get Milo all-in-one. It has a creamy, delicious taste that kids can't have enough of. And there is more. The all-in-one is rich. It's milky, chocolatey taste. Gives you so much goodness in every pack. So take a moment to read the back of the pack and see for yourself what is in there. It's important nutrients combined with malt that supports energy release, cocoa for that rich taste, and milk for calcium that supports the children as they grow. So keep choosing Milo all-in-one, not just for that special taste, but also for the nourishing goodness. Milo, energy to go further.
And have you heard about the incredible benefits of Exilium from Total Energies? Well, let me tell you more about this premium fuel with its amazing 3-in-1 power, because the additive enriched fuel with its amazing 3-in-1 action cleans your engine, extends its life, and lowers your fuel consumption. Thanks to the cumulative effect of its anti-corrosion, anti-wear, and detergent additives, Exilium new formula also lowers your vehicle's fuel consumption while reducing CO2 emissions. Shall you drive, sir? Experience the difference with Total Energies Exilium new formula. Choose Exilium. Choose quality.
And if you need the phones that actually give you value, you go to Franco Trading. Franco is still phone papa fee. And they have mobile phones, accessories, electronics, and everything you need from brands like Samsung, Nokia, iPhones. They have the smart TVs ranging from 32 inch to 100 inches, the air conditioners, the chest freezers and refrigerators, washing machines, microwaves, blenders, generators, and a whole lot more. If you need CCTV cameras as well, you can buy them at Franco Trading Limited. And if you shop online on their digital platforms, you get up to 40% discount. So download the Franco Trading app now, Franco on the Google Play Store, or you visit the website francotrading.com. Franco, still phone papa fee.
And your salary deserves better, so switch to Fidelity Bank today and enjoy amazing benefits, lower interest rates, higher loan amounts, personalized financial support, and a smile that lasts. Well, it's time to switch and smile wider with Fidelity Bank. To learn more, call them on 0800 00 3355 or visit fidelitybank.com.gh or connect with them on social media at Fidelity Bank GH. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
And if you're planning a trip abroad, if you're going to the US, Canada, or Mexico to see the Black Stars, you need to get insurance. Don't wait until you're stranded in a foreign country. Get covered with Glyco travel insurance before you fly. From medical emergencies and flight delays to lost luggage, Glyco has you covered every step of the way. So visit any Glyco Live branch or you call 0555 305 547. Travel smart, travel protected. Glyco, we cushion you for life.
Right, stay with us. We'll return with sports, birthday messages, and food for thought here on the Super Morning Show.
30 years ago, MTN arrived in Ghana and everything changed. Now to celebrate 30 years.
The public's suspicion is that once somebody says they want to do a plea deal, it is to suggest that they have seen the end at the beginning.
That is why.
And they want to avoid jail.
That is why there should be transparency in the manner which it is done. That is why there should be full disclosure. And for me, that is why some of these discussions are also necessary, like I highlighted. And so it is very necessary that we have some of these discussions.
Dr. Hansen, if it's just...
I am at the studios of Joy FM, and I'm always excited to be here. This Father's Day, they're doing something truly amazing. Not that Joy never does anything truly amazing on special occasions. This Father's Day, they are sending all of us to Aqua Safari for Safari Escape. It's going to be a huge party to celebrate our very responsible fathers. And so you should come along. I've seen the itinerary, the activities. I'm more excited about the cruise. And so jump on board. Double is going for only 6,000 cedis and single 4,000 cedis. Your father is worth this. Jump onto the train. Come have fun. Have fun with Joy 99.7 FM because you truly deserve it.
Well, I'm still around Sampa Valley and I can't move further because according to residents, it's really deep and currently it's at my knee level right now. I'm here with residents who haven't moved out for days. Now, mommy, is your neto any drew and he found what I say? For some days now, moon to me call baby. For how long?
Me ba no me ko 6 years ni. Ti kese ne pa ba na mini ha. Me si say na kese ne pa ba no mo ha.
Nti enye ensuo a eto but a spillage no from dam no.
Ensuo no na eba. Se ensuo no ye bie dam na dam no afa ha.
Okay. Na what na for how long?
From say 5 years ni. 5 years. Who 5?
Me ko 6. Amu be de na edan no we mo amu de na say mo rent obi de na mo we mo amu de.
Okay.
Na me who say more France was any means say almost no be academa. Na ba eduane mu ne sane ma na mo ye den.
Ya asem o eduane mu ebe e me esiro so ne empie ne ye hyedem. Ti kola de say joba te ni se ne ne ma no. Ti ne wo ne ba man kola ne ye ma me fo ne etete ho.
Obi aba say anymore abekasa na say obi anka say or boame ammo free say and I say baby sa
before ne buy penny pa no first one to penny pa ne buy no ne ebekasa I saw kwaba wa maybe we chain sisters two be buy number church enu asem say on ba be.
That was racing
baby kila say the yiri no obi akra ntumi ntwa ma nti wo bibi on the mic ko ntumi ntwa baby.
Well, this is the current situation here. As I was saying earlier, we have children in the house and their families all around. Some of them had to vacate. Some of them are also inside, stuck right inside their house. And some of them are trying to just salvage what is left of the flooding right here at Sampa Valley. But then we know that the dam is just over there and is being spilled and all that. But before that, on Oma Mamo, you didn't hear of any announcements of sending your mobile spilling, you know, before Manti Bibiasa.
Ya na so mo announcement o ye ha ne ente na announcement o mo ka igbe ti twi ne so nhwe da nte kasa ni ye nti e mere baba no kwa na enya awe se BBC ba.
The Super Morning Show brought to us by MTN. Everywhere you go. And Bank of Africa, BOA Pay from Bank of Africa offers a hassle-free solution for fee collection and other payments. Call us or chat Fafa at boaghana.com for details. Bank of Africa, strong as a group,
as close as a partner.
And Franco Trading Enterprise, still
phone Papa.
And happy birthday to an extraordinary husband, James Aboni of First Atlantic Bank Ghana PLC. A faithful man shall abound with blessings. Proverbs 28 verse 20. Our prayer is that the Lord continues to guide your steps, prosper the work of your hands, and grant you wisdom, favor, and strength in every season. Enjoy today from your wife Genevieve Aboni, the children Jaden, Joachim James, and Lady Julia Alexis, who say they love you. Which means we can bring you the Sports Center now, brought to us by
MTN.
Switch to MTN's eSIM. Download my MTN app to go seamless today. Standard Chartered Bank.
Here for good.
And DSTV, the biggest football tournament, is here. And DSTV is giving you front row seats to all the action live as the FIFA World Cup 2026. And it's that time when everything can wait, even sleep can wait too. DSTV, a home of entertainment and high sense everyday prices for everyday people.
Now, for over 130 years, Standard Chartered has been more than a bank. They've been a partner in progress, from helping establish Ghana's financial system to building businesses and connecting them to the world. From helping generations grow and protecting their wealth to powering innovation and helping communities thrive. If you're looking for that banking partner with the right experience, 130 years of expertise, that is Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered, here for good.
Now, look, Ghana, are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse? Then MTN Business Eye is here for you, because you can keep your business secure anytime, anywhere with MTN Business Eye, the smart surveillance solution that gives you total visibility and control, inspired by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy. So your security never sleeps, okay? Enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backup, all at affordable rates. Dial *5060# today, and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN is everywhere you go. But quick one, late entry, for the birthday messages. Oh, how come I can't find that one? Fentu, you have
the watcher of PPA.
Yes.
His birthday was over the weekend.
So, belated happy birthday to Basil Ahiable, board chairman of PPA. Your birthday was on Saturday, so belated happy birthday to you.
Charlie, Soji Tete is celebrating his birthday today. That man, the way he saved Ghana, if I don't give him a shout this morning, the whole Tommy, Soji Tete, doctor, happy birthday to you, and happy birthday to Mrs. Lily Yani from Ni. Now, look, the World Cup spirit is here. From Hacho to Kumasi, the rhythm of the game is calling, and High Sense is bringing the stadium heat right to your doorstep. As we root for our very own Black Stars on the world stage, High Sense is taking the experience to the next level with exclusive World Cup promo offers that you simply cannot miss. And so mark your calendars from now to 28th of June. Every goal and every celebration will feel legendary. Upgrade your viewing game with the massive range from the sleek 32-inch smart TVs to the mind-blowing 116-inch giant screens. So that screen is a player and they go, you can hack them on the screen. You understand? And it's all coming from Hisense. And More exciting news. Hisense has joined forces with MTN Ghana and DSTV to bring you special World Cup packages when you buy selected Hisense models. It's a total win-win-win-win-win for everyone. So visit any authorized Hisense showroom nationwide today and discover the exciting World Cup offers for yourself. Hisense is everyday prices for everyday people, and you can call them on 030-255-0000 or you visit their website hisense.com.gh. My brother Fentu Tahiru Fentu is here.
Hello, Kojo. Good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good. Africa has its first win at this World Cup.
Who won?
And he came late last night. Cote d'Ivoire.
Cote d'Ivoire has played already?
They beat Ecuador by 1-0 last night. The game was 11 p.m. Ended around 1 a.m.
Cote d'Ivoire beat Ecuador.
They did. And
I
Ecuador
knew they will beat them. You know why?
How?
Ecuador is competing giddy on the global front when it comes to cocoa. But
oh,
Cote d'Ivoire
really?
is still shipping them.
That's interesting
They
because
are, beating Ghana or about beating Ghana with cocoa. But Cote d'Ivoire is beating them with the cocoa. So they beat them in football.
Here's something that will blow your mind. Ecuador's lead striker is called John Yeboah.
Oh, you Ghana need.
Yesterday he was unlucky not to score.
Ecuador.
Yeah. His mother is Ecuadorian.
I see.
His father is Ghanaian. He was born in Germany.
I see.
Yeah, and he chose to play for the country of his mother.
If anything.
John Yeboah. So you see John Yeboah wearing Ecuador yellow and playing for Ecuador, you think that he should be playing for Ghana.
John Yeboah.
Yes. At this World Cup, there are 12 players of Ghanaian heritage playing for other countries. Maybe we can run the whole series on every single one of them. Anyway, good morning to all of you. Welcome aboard to the Joy Sports Center with me, Fentio Tahiru Fentio. Coming up.
Diaz sifting it through here for Saibari! What a finish! Amid the searing heat of New Jersey, Ismail Saibari lights up Moroccan hopes. Vinicius Jr. lashes in the equaliser. A superstar goal for Brazil.
Yeah, cracking game of football. Brazil, they came from behind to hold Morocco to a draw in the Group C opener at the 2026 World Cup. But there was reality check for Curaçao on their World Cup debut.
There might still be time for more as it's pushed on by Undav through to Kai Havertz. Clips it over, room for number 7.
Yes, Germany, they put 7 past the smallest nation at this tournament in what was a statement victory in Houston. We'll tell you more later, but let's start with Ghana news because a group of Ghanaians in Washington, D.C. Is set to stage a protest on Tuesday over Canada's decision to deny Thomas Partey a visa ahead of Ghana's World Cup Group L opener on Wednesday. It's understood the decision stems from the rape and sexual assault allegations Partey is facing in the UK. He has been charged for those allegations, which he continuously denies and is in court to try and clear his name. As it stands, Partey will play no part in a clash against Panama, a development that has prompted a strongly worded response from the government of Ghana. On Saturday, the Foreign Ministry described Canada's decision to deny Ghana's deputy captain a high-handed and extremely unfair one. The Foreign Affairs Ministry also says it's seeking a review of the decision and has vowed to pursue legal action if diplomatic efforts fail. We can now hear from the convener of Tuesday's planned protest in Washington, Dr. Solomon Owusu.
Expecting a lot of people, but even if we get 10 or 20 people, we just want to register our displeasure and then draw the attention to the whole world that, hey, we are trying to engage some of the top sports journalists in the United States to capture so that it goes to CNN News, Al Jazeera, BBC, for the whole world to know that Ghanaians are not, timid. Ghanaians can fight. We're expecting our guys in Canada to also stage, but they are not ready. But we are ready, and I have guys, they're organizing the drums, the brass band, and all that. We are going to make sure they don't work on Tuesday until we hear something from them.
That is the convener of the planned protest against the Canadian authorities' decision to deny Thomas Partey a visa to Canada. Dr. Solomon Owusu there. Now, international law lecturer at Mount Crest University, Michael Dodu. He believes diplomacy is the only way Ghana can secure Thomas Partey's participation in the game.
I remember telling my students yesterday that we may have to use diplomatic channels. All right, we have to go and beg, and then hopefully procure some form of a waiver, so that perhaps this particular restriction in their law would be, relaxed, just to enable him participate in the tournament. So we can use diplomatic channels, and that is what I believe the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is attempting.
That's international law lecturer at Mount Crest University, Michael Dodo. Still on that particular story, there are reports that England are considering avoiding the pre-match traditional handshake with Thomas Partey. And on that subject, the National Sports Authority Director, Yao Ampofo Ankara, he wants Thomas Partey to captain Ghana on the day so that a protest can be staged if England refuse to shake his hand.
He's not the captain, so perhaps strategically the FA may want to make him the captain for the match, so that if he's the first player, and indeed the hints that we've had, and mind you, these are not, there must be something behind this. If indeed Thomas Partey is the captain on the day and the England players refuse to shake his hands, then the rest of the playing body would have to show solidarity with their player, one of the most experienced.
That's Yampo Ankara, Director General for the NSA. Now, despite all the noise, the Black Stars are settling in well at their base in Rhode Island. Saturday was Thomas Partey's birthday, and they did a whole birthday celebration for him. The team has also been engaging with kids at Bryant University as they continue preparations for the Panama match. England, on the other hand, are also having issues of their own. They had $18,000 worth of equipment stolen from a vehicle that was transporting gear from their pre-tournament camp in Florida to Kansas City. That's according to Jackson County prosecutors. Two men, Mustafa Salik and Irfan Kamal, have been charged in connection with the theft. The English FA says nothing critical was taken, and it insists the incident will not affect preparations for Wednesday's game against Croatia. Now, to the action itself, that's where Brazil and Morocco played out a 1-1 draw in the first heavyweight clash of the World Cup on Saturday, with the Africans confirming their potential while exposing familiar weaknesses in their opponents at a sold-out New Jersey stadium. Ismail Sabari gave Morocco a deserved first-half lead before Vinicius Jr. produced a moment of brilliance to restore parity, ensuring the points were shared in the opening Group C encounter. Brazil boss Carlo Ancelotti apologized to the fans after the game.
I think the break, if you can find, you can explain the problem to the players, and I think it's tactical aspect. I think is really good moment. I think it's really nice to have all this kind of supporter at the stadium. Sorry that we didn't play as we wanted.
Brazil boss Carlo Ancelotti. There is an unlikely leader at the top of Group C, and that's Scotland. They beat Haiti 1-0. So they are now top of that group containing Morocco and Brazil. Interesting stuff as things stand. Germany, on the other hand, they opened their campaign with no problems whatsoever. They beat Curacao yesterday by 7-1 in a match defined by milestones despite the one-sided scoreline. The loudest celebration from a 68,000 crowd at the Houston Stadium came after Livano Comenencia's 21st minute equalizer. Now, that's Curaçao's first ever World Cup goal, as the Caribbean side became the smallest nation by population and area to reach the FIFA World Cup finals. Elsewhere, Australia also stunned Turkey 2-0 earlier on Sunday, while Japan came from behind twice to draw 2-2 against the Netherlands. The US, they opened their campaign in an emphatic fashion with a 4-1 win over Paraguay on Saturday. Qatar also registered a first point at the World Cup in their World Cup history following a 1-0 draw against Switzerland. And late last night, as we indicated, Africa registered its first victory at this World Cup, and that came by way of Cote d'Ivoire, who left it super late to beat Ecuador by 1-0. The goal was scored by Amad Diallo after the 90th minute mark. There was no such luck for Tunisia, though. They were hammered by Sweden by 5-1. It's not a scoreline that anybody expected to have happen. The action continues, of course, today with so many games. There's Spain against Cabo Verde. That could be a very interesting encounter. Egypt are also in action. And even though Egypt were the very first African country to play at the FIFA World Cup, they still have not won a single game at the competition and possibly are chasing that in tonight's encounter when they come up against Belgium at 7 p.m. There's also Saudi Arabia against Uruguay. Now, before we go, though, the New York Knicks defeated the San Antonio Spurs 94-90 on Saturday to claim their first NBA championship since 1973. That's 53 years, putting the long-suffering franchise back on top and unleashing mad celebrations across the city's 5 boroughs. And speaking of first wins in a long time, Lewis Hamilton also claimed an emotional and historic first win for Ferrari at the Spanish Grand Prix in Barcelona, ending Kimi Antonelli's 5-race winning streak. At 41 years old, Hamilton became Formula One's oldest winner since Jack Brabham in 1970. It was his first victory since Belgium in 2024.
Is he
41 races.
Is he still riding?
Yes.
I thought he had retired.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Because in these days he doesn't win. I mean, we don't hear.
Yeah, no, that's what I just said. He's not won a race since 2024.
Oh, Lewis
41 races.
Nonje.
No victory for Lewis Hamilton.
Nonje.
Yeah, but yesterday was his 106th
Or he wants
victory of
to
his career.
break the record after equaling it.
Yes, he wants to break
Some
it.
records.
He wants to put clear.
Some
8-time
records.
champion.
Some records are not broken.
Like Serena Williams.
You cannot. So you let it go. You know, she tried and tried and tried. That actually gave her enough pressure. Anyway, it's time for food for thought. And Uncle Ebo White has joined us this morning. Uncle, good morning.
Good morning, my favorite Abajusen. How are you doing?
Oh, Uncle, God is still taking very good care of his children.
And Fento is looking quite cool, isn't he?
I am always looking super cool. Yeah, that's true, Uncle. How you doing? We're going to Boston. Are you going to Boston?
Of course. And we're going to win, aren't we?
Well, talking about winning, yes, Ventu, answer that question.
Yes, we will win. There is no other.
We're going to beat Panama. That I have a feeling we'll beat Panama.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you are changing your stand because a few weeks ago you were very pessimistic.
I said we'll play 3 matches. I haven't taken that away, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling we'll beat Panama. I have told you that when it comes to the Ghana Black Stars,
yes,
you have to be cautiously optimistic.
No,
let them surprise
optimistic.
you. Oh, let them surprise
you. Throw caution out the window. When you are supporting the national team, you throw caution out the window, put your whole heart into it. That's how you support.
Wednesday we'll be here. We'll watch the match.
Yes, and we will win.
You know, I was having a conversation.
2-0.
Look, it's time for Food for Thought, brought to us by Riverband Productions. But let me tell you something.
Thank you.
Before we go, I was having a conversation with Muftal, and Muftal said, Charlie, having watched the teams playing, when he looks at the teams, the gap between their quality and ours, it's massive.
This is Ghana. Typically always underrating ourselves.
Thank you very much.
We have a good team.
It's time
we'll beat Panama.
It's time for
we'll get a draw against England. We'll beat Croatia. We'll top the group and qualify.
Is it? This reminds me of 1997 when we drew 2-2 with Morocco in Kumasi.
And didn't qualify.
No, at the time we said if Gabon beats Morocco, then we beat. Oh wait, that's what we're doing. We're doing football mathematics.
Yes.
You know how Ghana could qualify for the World Cup. You're saying we'll beat Panama, draw with England, beat Croatia.
Yes. Do you know why we need to do that? Uncle, but this is interesting. We know that Thomas Partey is already going to miss the Panama match because he's been denied a visa. The problem is that won't be the only game he misses if we don't top the group. Because if we finish second in the group, we will play our round of 32 game in Toronto, which means he will miss that match again. And if we finish third in the group and still qualify to a round of 32, and we qualify to round of 16, we'll go back to Vancouver.
Winston, let me make my presentation while you continue.
Please do, Uncle. Please do. He's out of order now. He's out of order. He can't talk again.
Well, before I go on to my presentation, let me remind our listeners that my next play is Love and Handcuffs. And it opens at the National Theatre on the 26th of this month. So please, if you've never watched any of my plays before, this will be a good one to begin with. But if you are a regular patron, the tickets are out there. Join us beginning 26th and ending 5th of July. Winston, I have chosen to celebrate Father's Day by declaring the whole month of June as Men's Month. And for the rest of the month, I shall be addressing the joys and tribulations of being a man and a father. This is the 4th in my Men's Month series.
Okay.
This morning, I want to share with you what the true legacy of a father looks like. A few years ago, a verse in the Bible caught my attention. You'll find it in 2 Samuel chapter 9, verse 13, and it reads, quote, "And Mephibosheth lived in Jerusalem because he always ate at the king's table. He was lame in both feet." End of quote. The first thing that caught my attention was the description of Mephibosheth as being lame in both feet. Why did the Bible bother to give us this detail of Mephibosheth? Well, in those days, people with any form of disability were not permitted into the presence of the king. So it is significant that a man who was lame in both feet was not only allowed into the presence of the king, but to eat at the king's table. The question then is, what was it about this man that earned him a regular place at the king's table in spite of his disability? Was he there because of past military service for the nation? No, he was not a soldier, never had been. Was he there because of his financial clout? Did he, for instance, contribute financially to the king ascending to the throne? Not Mephibosheth. Until the king gave him the right to sit at table with him, he had nothing. A scheming servant called Ziba had taken advantage of his disability and robbed him of everything. Was he related to the king? Again, not Mephibosheth. He was no relation of the king. So what was it that got him past the strict rule that a disabled person cannot be in the presence of the king? The answer must be very instructive to every man. And for the answer, we have to go to the first verse of that same chapter, that is 2 Samuel chapter 9. And the first verse reads, quote, "David asked, is there anyone still left of the house of Saul to whom I can show kindness for Jonathan's sake?" The answer to David's question was Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan. Jonathan was killed when Mephibosheth was only a baby, and yet, in his death, Jonathan was still taking care of his son. How was that possible? You see, kindness and goodness to people never dies. Using your position to protect and help others who may not have anything to offer you in return never goes unrewarded, sometimes long after you are gone. The problem is that most of us think our lives are about what happens when we are alive. We think that death is the end for us, but it is not. It is possible to live long after your death. Your good deeds and your kindness keep you alive after your death. In the same way, wickedness and viciousness to people also never dies. Jonathan had been good to David when David was brought into the palace to play music for the depressed and troubled King Saul. David later became a part of the king's household and a captain in the army after killing Goliath. But when the women started singing, "Saul has killed his thousands, David his 10,000s," Saul decided to eliminate David. At the time, Jonathan was the first son of King Saul, and he stood to succeed his father. But somehow he felt that David was the one God had chosen, and he refused to fight against God. So he refused to help his father in his quest to eliminate David, but instead shielded David until it became too dangerous for David to stay in the palace. Jonathan then helped him to run away. The kindness of Jonathan towards David was what was rewarding his disabled son years after his death. Fathers must be very careful with what they do with power or authority, or with their position in government, in business, in public service, or in society as a whole. Men must be careful what they fight for. King Saul was fighting for his position even though he knew that God had rejected him as king. He refused to accept that he had failed God and had been rejected by God. He decided to fight God by eliminating whoever God had chosen to replace him. Jonathan refused to join his father in this mission, even though he knew that he would be the ultimate beneficiary of the success of the mission to eliminate David. He understood that whatever was obtained by evil means becomes a curse, and he decided that God's will should be done. In choosing to honor God and put his own interests aside for David, Jonathan ensured that his son would live like a prince even after he, Jonathan, the father, was dead and gone. And that is true legacy. Fathers leave a true legacy for their children with their values and principles. It is about leaving your children a good name. The Bible says a good name is better than riches. Most fathers ignore that and cheat and steal and even kill to leave their children houses, cars, and property. Well, I grew up in Kumasi in the 50s and 60s when there were real rich men around. Most of them left behind sawmills, factories, and mansions. Today, in the cases where the wealth was built on cheating, sharp practices, and even bloodshed, most of these properties have vanished. Leave your children property, and it can be taken from them. Leave your children a legacy of kindness, a legacy of a good name, and a godly example, and you protect their future and that of your grandchildren. And I hope that a word to the wise is still enough. And I would say that is my presentation.
Great presentation, Uncle. Live a life of integrity.
Yes.
And even when you're gone, your children will still reap the benefit.
They will be reaping the benefit. And your grandchildren will also reap that benefit.
You know, this thing that you've said, years ago at the University of Cape Coast, there was a DCE who always came to visit me whenever he came to visit his daughter. And one day he said to me that, look, na o papa of family metina wonifie abami nye busuani no chemade mama pass na metro pass me A level ono nti na mako university enti ba ha biara I have to come and look for you, because for me I think that what your father did for me, met a stranger, took him home, taught him, and then that's how come he passed his A level and went to the university. So he always came and he would look for my friends would always ask, why is this honorable always looking for you? I didn't know until that day. And
you know, your story has just sent chills all over my body. It's such a touching story. And God bless those who remember the kindness that they have benefited. Yeah. My goodness. It's an extraordinary story, eh?
Yes, he did. And every time he was at the university to visit his daughter, he would look for me.
Wow.
And, when Honorable comes to visit you, he doesn't come like that. He comes good.
Yes, of course.
He'll come and leave you with a good package. And so when he told me the story, he says, oh, you were young, so you wouldn't remember. So I asked my mother and I said, oh, yes. And, it taught me something, that whatever you do today, tomorrow your children would either benefit or suffer.
Or suffer for it, yes.
You've told us the good side, but there are times that you do bad things, and because of the bad things you've done, your children will pay the price.
They will. Yeah. They will. There's no two ways about it. They will.
So that's food for thought. And thank you very, very much.
Thank you for sharing that story. You've made my day. Thank you very much.
Uncle Sami Odami, who has refused to speak into the microphone, says hi.
Is Sami still around?
Today he's not wearing Batakari. He's around. Uncle says, is Sami still around? He went on leave. He's back, and today he's not wearing Batakari. I now know why he was wearing Batakari those days, because today he came with flat tummy and he's flaunting it all over the place. So I can understand. Anyway, thank you very, very much, Uncle Ebo, for joining us with Food for Thought, which means we can bring you the Joy Business Minute brought to us by Anointed Engineering Services, the generator experts.
Hello, welcome to the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts. Fuel prices are expected to drop significantly beginning tomorrow, June 16, with petrol projected to record one of the biggest reductions in recent years, falling by up to 9% per litre. Meanwhile, global oil prices have declined after Pakistan announced a framework agreement aimed at easing tensions between the United States and Iran. Some farmers are raising concerns that the ongoing heavy rains and flooding across parts of the country could negatively affect crop yields and harvests later this year. They warn that excessive rainfall may damage farms and create storage challenges for already harvested produce. In the financial sector, the Bank of Ghana has directed all commercial banks and financial institutions to immediately stop providing services to cryptocurrency platforms that facilitate transfers to virtual foreign currency accounts in Ghana. And that's the Joy Business Minute brought to you by Anointed Engineering Services Limited, the generator experts.
Welcome back from the Business Minute, and thank you very much for staying with us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM.
And Anointed is still here. They are giving you the best ultra-silent, fuel-efficient generating sets, diesel generating sets. The sizes range from 5 kVA to 3,000 kVA at very competitive prices. And for every generator you buy, you will enjoy 5-year warranty. And they also undertake maintenance and repairs of all kinds of diesel generating sets. I have used Anointed before. I went there, sent my generator. They fixed it in 24 hours for me. Yes, and they're Anointed at Amoah here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so if you're thinking of getting any generator or any generator service, talk to Anointed Electricals today. They have a branch at East Legon at number 26 Boundary Road, Legon, close to AH Hotel. And the head office is at number 77 Anointed House on the main Odoko Malam Highway near the Odoko traffic light. They have 21 branches nationwide. And there's one, before you get to the Nkoko bypass, you look to your right. There's one, it's your boy with the tower lights. It's in him.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And if you want to learn a skill as well, you can go to their training school. They offer 80% hands-on training and 20% theory. So call them on 024-348-0334. That's 024-348-0334. Anointed, the generator experts.
And in partnership with the National Theatre and Joy FM, Roverman Productions presents an Ebo White original play, Love and Handcuffs. So Dave receives a mysterious visitor whose shocking request turns his quiet life upside down. Suddenly, the police are involved, danger flies around the house, and his wife, Mabel, won't stop interrogating him. To make matters worse, the thief falls in love, and Dave has the final say. Hey, this one, it's a must-see play. Love and Handcuffs is a hilarious roller coaster of chaos, romance, and non-stop surprises. Love and Handcuffs shows on the 26th, 27th, and 28th of June, and then on the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of July at the National Theatre. Rate is 300 Ghana cedis per show for individuals, 500 per show for couples, and 225 for holders of the Roverman loyalty cards. Tickets are available via the Rover app. Cover short code *365*535#. Wakana offices on the Boundary Road and in American House and Opebia House, and at Roverman's usual outlets at Joy FM Front Desk, Shell Shops at Airport, Tema Community 11 and Dansuman, and at the Bachelorette Hotel Shop. For inquiries and large orders, call 0505-546-010 or WhatsApp 0505-546-030. Sponsors Wakana Apotica and Koba, and communications partner M Notify and Logistics Movers. Roverman Productions, be the difference. But of course, let's get interactive this morning here on the Super Morning Show. Social media messages Brought to us by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Number 10, Liver Salt, a refreshing relief. And Cowbell Coffee with you every moment.
Now, the board of directors of EcoBank Ghana wishes to inform shareholders that dividends will be paid for the 2025 financial year following a strong financial performance and EcoBank Ghana PLC's commitment to delivering value to its shareholders and maintaining a resilient financial position. Shareholders are therefore reminded of the annual general meeting, which is coming off on this Wednesday, 17th of June 2026, at the EcoBank head office in Region Accra. The meeting will also be streamed live at ecobankghagm.com. Key highlights will include the approval of financial statements, dividend declaration, and other business. And EcoBank Ghana looks forward to engaging all shareholders at the upcoming AGM. EcoBank Ghana PLC, delivering value backed by strong financial performance. EcoBank, a better way, a better Africa.
And coming up this morning here on the Super Morning Show on Big Stories, brought to us by Telecel Connecting Energies, Cowbell Coffee with you every moment.
So it's becoming very, very big challenge to us in the whole community because that's the river that the process to become a how they call it, a pipe-borne water for us to drink. So it's a very big challenge.
At night and in the morning, my room is always filled with bad odor coming from the dumping site, making life very unbearable. Mosquitoes have also inundated our homes.
Well, Kojo, that's the situation around, American Farm, and that's a suburb around Kaso Amanfrom, which residents say, because of a refuse dump that is located there, is actually contaminating the Densu River whenever it rains. Wow. And the river serves as a critical source of water for millions of people. And the residents are also blaming, the dumping site for the persistent flooding in the area, saying it has made life increasingly unbearable.
This is very dangerous for Accra. Very, very dangerous. The Weija Dam is one of our key sources of water. So we get water from the Pond Dam, we get water from the Weija Dam. And with this happening to the Weija Dam and the encroachment happening, we are putting the dam and all of us at risk. But the sad bit is that this is also not an isolated case. I just mentioned the Pond Dam. Winston, when you are driving to Japon, when you get to Pond, on your way to Japon, look to your right. You see a massive waste field, rubbish dump, pure baller on the banks of the water. When it rains, it washes into the water, and it's also close to where the Pond Dam intake point is. So Weija is giving Accra West, Weija Accra West, Accra West water. Pond is giving Accra East water. And when you go to the Pond Township, it is there. Now, if you want to take a journey Densu, when you get to Asamankese, if you are driving from Swedro to Asamankese, before you enter town, there's another big rubbish dump there, close to a stream. Last time I was driving past it and it was raining, and I could see the seepage being washed into the stream, waste being washed into the stream, and it will go and find itself in the ecosystem and also in Densu. Last Thursday, I was in Sawam, the waste field there, the landfill site there in Sumia, and it was raining, and I was driving back to Accra. The smell of that waste from that landfill site. It was raining, the wind was blowing. In my car, the AC doesn't work these days, so my windows were down. And it's only booming. I'm saying there is a big problem with waste management in this country and its attendant public health issues. Aside the public health, public dignity. Public dignity. How many of us in this country will sit by Bola and eat or even read? We cannot. We will not. But this Bola is in our communities and is being washed into the main dam that sends or processes water for half the city. Then you go to Kpong. The same thing is happening. Anybody driving on the Kpong road this morning, in fact, if you are close to Kpong, just take a photo and share. I've taken a photo before, but I've lost it. As a man can say. In fact, we are talking about the valleys. Let me take you to the mountains. From Latte to Latte Junction, okay? If you are traveling from Latte to Latte Junction, on your right, when you leave the Latte town, on your right, there is a huge boiler there that also is washed into the valley, and it finds its way into our river.
You know what we're going to do, Kojo?
When it rains.
You know what we're going to do, Kojo? We're going to get into the details later, because it's important we also understand our national sanitation strategy. What is our grand plan to deal with sanitation in this country? But it's time to take a step up, transform your business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business. At Telecel Business, we make it easy to connect, communicate, digitize, and converge with reliable solutions tailored to businesses of all sizes. Stay connected with our dedicated internet, business broadband, IoT, and tower colocation services. Communicate seamlessly with affordable mobile, fixed, and roaming plans. Digitize your operations and reach more customers with our innovative digital services. Converge everything effortlessly with one business and an all-in-one solution for simplicity and convenience. Visit the nearest Telecel retail store or go to telecel.com.gh/business to get started. Telecel, connecting opportunities, connecting goals, connecting businesses.
And if you don't have Cowbell coffee with you, on you, around you, make sure you get it. On campus, in the office, throughout your daily hustles, all our dreams are waiting to be chased. And there are moments when you need something that helps you show up and keep going. That is Cowbell coffee. It stays with you every single moment. So whether you're grinding for that exam, and congrats to the UPSA master students who finished their exam yesterday, whether you're pushing deadlines at work or you're cooking up the next big idea, Cowbell coffee gives you that creamy taste and rich coffee aroma to kickstart your day right, and you can enjoy it anytime. And because success doesn't happen overnight, it's the little moments, the early mornings, the late nights. Have Cowbell coffee with you through it all. Cowbell coffee with you every moment.
Great, still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Stay with us. When we return, we'll start off with our sanitation strategy. What's the grand plan? What's the plan? What's the plan to ensure that we don't wake up every morning talking about basic things? Today we're talking about Weija. The normal expectation would be that, for a water body that supplies millions of residents water, one of the most protected areas in this country.
It is not, sadly.
All of these coming up here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us.
Entrepreneurs, we're vibrant and we make the trends. When we run sales promos, it literally sells out because we know what's hot and what's not. So when it comes to business, let's show you how we clock it with Telecel Boss Plan.
Telecel Boss Plan is here for young entrepreneurs, CEOs, and bosses like you. Whether you're building your hustle or running the whole show, Telecel Boss Plan gives you everything you need to stay on top. Digital marketing tool for your SMS campaigns, data for days, and all the vibes to keep your business tight. Simply dial *5959# or *700# to choose your Telecel Boss Plan package and grow your business like a boss.
Telecel, connecting energies.
You can't deny it when you taste it. The rich, creamy goodness of Cowbell coffee. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee. Taste it and you love it. It's a natural feeling. One sip and you feel it. It's Cowbell coffee.
For the big days and the seemingly ordinary, creamy Cowbell coffee is with you every moment.
This advert is FDA approved.
It's the season of goals, the tense moments, the thrilling moments, the unforgettable winning moments. And now your winning moments could be Next, buy a Samsung Galaxy device from now till July 3rd from any authorized dealer and stand a chance to win Samsung TVs every week. From Galaxy phones, tablets, and watches to refrigerators, microwaves, and even an 85-inch Samsung TV to upgrade your match day experience at home. Visit samsung.txtghana.com after purchase and enter your details to enter the weekly draw, and you could be one of our lucky winners. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Hello, my name is Lexus Bell, and EcoBank is revalidating customer information for mobile app transactions to improve safety and convenient access. Customers are encouraged to confirm their mobile app details by texting or calling 0500,000 247 now to remain active. The voice you just heard wasn't mine, it was AI. And if you fell for it then, like play, you could have just been scammed. EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details. Pay attention to the details.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
We shouldn't have gone to that party.
Masa, my head is killing me.
Is that your stomach?
Yes.
What did you eat?
I don't know.
Get rid of your gastric problems with number 10 liver salt. Number 10 gives you quick, effective relief from nausea, indigestion, heartburns, hangovers, and hyperacidity. And with different fruity flavors such as orange and lemon, it's a pretty tasty way to end an uncomfortable situation. Number 10 liver salt from Ernest Chemist, because everyone needs a chemist.
This advert has been vetted and approved by FDA.
Introducing the new Comfort Afterwash for Clothes. Contains a formula that makes clothes smell fresh and looking like brand new. After washing, add Comfort to your rinsing water before you dry. Step out and let your clothes do the talking. Grab the sachet from a provision shop or market near you now. Enjoy fragrance on your clothes for days. Comfort at Jibeda. This advert is FDA approved.
It's amazing. Mommy just needs to hold a tin of Ideal to know exactly how much milk is inside. Yesterday at the shop, immediately she picked a tin of Ideal milk. She said,
Ideal is heavier now. It's like they've added 15 grams.
Hey ma, you are guessing.
Me guessing? Hashtag DPT.
Mummy is right. Ideal milk used to be 150 grams. Now it's 165 grams with a recommended retail price of 10 cedis 50 pesewas. The 3 on 70 grams is also now 410 grams with a recommended retail price of 25 Ghana cedis.
Amazing.
Amazing is your mom.
Keep enjoying your favorite Ideal milk. Same Conco, more Ideal inside. This advert is FDA approved.
His introduction.
All right, so she's also saying that they were not aware of the notice, and sometimes it's in a different language that they are unable to understand what they are trying to convey to them, and that's the situation here. And you can see the water, I mean, it's still coming from over there.
Hello fam, this is Lexus Bill, and I'd like to tell you about our special Father's Day celebration. Yes, it's the Joy Safari Escape. We're heading on down to Aqua Safari to celebrate all our wonderful fathers out there. You certainly need to join this trip. It's a very special weekend for the fathers and the whole family. We go out there, enjoy some good breakfast from Safari Homes, head on down to Aqua Safari. We're gonna have an island party with live band music, DJs on rotation, and so much fun, especially for fathers and the whole family. You don't want to miss it for anything, so call the numbers down in this caption and book your slot, and let's see you at Aqua Safari, 20th and 21st of June. Happy Father's Day.
He doesn't have a criminal, he's not a convict, he doesn't have a criminal record. These are very strange, reasons, given that Partey was also recently in England, in the United States. So you would ask yourself, why is it that for Canada this has been changed? The player remains very calm, I must say, and it's the next step. The next question is what we are going to do apart from the official protest that we've lodged.
Exactly.
It's important that we stick with this player. You talked about the precedent, and it's not a Thomas Partey anymore. It's not a Black Stars problem anymore. It's a Ghana problem. He's playing for the Black Stars of Ghana. He's representing Ghana. The national flag will be hoisted. The national anthem will be played. It is not an isolated issue of this player having been denied. So our response has been sharp, has been direct, and it's in the right direction. The review, it could be successful, it might not be, but I think the technical team would be making plans to face Panama without Thomas Partey. If it happens that it's overturned and it's changed, he may feature in that game. But I think psychologically, it might be wiser for him to focus and be prepared for the match against England. It is a big issue. A lot of discussions across the World Cup, across the world, a lot of debates as to exactly why this has happened. And Ghana's response has been met very well by a lot of international commentators.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, I am Lois Shola Adeyemi, and I have something special to tell you. Now, this Father's Day, we have put something together, carefully curated something for you that we believe will make you and your father have an amazing time. You know fathers are the heroes, yes. So on the 20th through to the 21st, we are doing the Aqua Safari Escape, and you get to bring your father and celebrate him. Now, if you are coming alone or you're paying for just your father, then it's 4,000 Ghana cedis. If you're coming with your father as well, you can pay 6,000 Ghana cedis. And for a family of 4, you pay a good 10,000 Ghana cedis, and you get to enjoy a lot. There are activities to be played and a lot of fun to be had. Also, you get to experience Aqua Safari for yourself. So yes, it's the Safari Escape, and you should join the Joy brand, and let's go and have some amazing time. It's going to be nice. Again, 20th through to the 21st of June. You should be there. Happy Father's Day in advance. We love you. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Well, he remains available for Ghana's subsequent Group L matches in the United States against England. That's on the 23rd of June, and Croatia on the 27th. Psychologically, we cannot know until Partey takes to the pitch if he's selected to start. And indeed, the suggestion is, the hints that the England players might refuse to shake his hand. Now, he's not...
Because for us, the evidence is that we're just not clean. Fatah Bayaga, you have been on this story around Weija. What's happening there with the lake, and what's happening there with the sanitation condition?
Winston, it's a very pathetic situation because the activities around the Weija dam are really troubling. And in fact, around the American Farm area, which is an area within the Kaswa English Amanfrom constituency, and also within the Gas South municipality, people go there to dump refuse. And in fact, that river, the J River, flows directly into the Densu, and the Densu also flows into the Weija Dam, which in fact, you know, it's a critical water source for millions of residents within Accra. And according to the residents, this activity started just before the Christmas, right? So people come there to dump refuse, and in fact, as I speak with you, the waste is leaning against homes, like walls of people's houses and all of that. And they say these people, when they started to dump refuse there, they confronted them to ask who exactly permitted that. Some of the residents said chiefs, some chiefs permitted that, but they are unable to mention the names of these people, right? And if you try to confront them, if you try to ask them critical questions, then they threaten to attack you. So, in fact, Winston, as I speak with you, anytime there's a downpour, the water washes these foul-smelly waste materials into the Densu, which is really a very serious situation. And the residents themselves are they are really concerned about this particular situation.
Interesting. So, I mean, I know you engaged some of the residents. What were they telling you?
So, for the residents, they say that they are really concerned about this particular issue. They've taken steps. They've spoken with the local authorities. but it looks like they have been hesitant in terms of addressing this particular issue. And the people who are manning this particular waste dump, when you try to confront them, when you try to tell them about the consequences of their activities, they tell you that don't try it. If you try it, we will come after you. Right?
That's what those operating there.
Those operating there.
The dumping site.
Exactly. And some of the people
are threatening people.
They are threatening people. Right? So if you try to confront them, if you try to stop the activities, then they tell you that you better stop or we'll come after you. So some of the residents are now, in a state of fear. They don't really know exactly what to do in terms of addressing this issue.
And you say this is under the South Municipal Assembly.
Exactly.
Okay.
And the residents say that they spoke with the municipal authorities. They came there a number of times, but they are unable to take drastic steps in addressing this particular issue. And I engaged some of the people who are managing this waste, dumping site, and speaking with them, they seem to be foreigners because they are unable to speak the local language, and also they are unable to speak English as well. So, and how they, based on their accents, I glean that they may be foreigners and all of that. So it's a very big situation, and in fact, house flies and other creatures have invaded people's homes. They are struggling to manage this particular issue, and they are just. In fact, now what they want is for the authorities to intervene immediately. If not,
talking about the authorities, Joseph Kobna Fiamo is assembly member for English Yamanfro electoral area. He's joined us on the phone. I just want him to tell us whether he knows of this situation and what his checks at the assembly have shown. Joseph, good morning, and thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, sir.
So here we are faced with a problem at an area under your electoral area. There's a dumping site that is become a problem. First, when it rains, the refuse goes into the J River, which would get into the Densu, forwarded onto the Weija area for water production. But the residents around, they complain about the odor, foul, smelly, and yet nothing has been done for them. You are their representative within the assembly. What have you been doing about this?
Okay. Thank you very much. And I wanted to appreciate your calling this morning. My name is Joseph Kobna Fiamo, and Assembly Member of Amoah for electoral area. There's much has been done by the Assembly. When the issue cropped up, I visited the site and I put a stop to the people who are doing the dumping. And lo and behold, I went to the Sanitation and Environmental Department and I reported the case. And then we moved, the department moved to the site with the director. That's what popularly we call it Meho. So we moved to the site and then we give them a letter to stop. We came back and then the thing is to continue. So I went back again with my unit committee members.
When you say, hold on, when you say you came back and the thing is continuing, is it the case that, are you saying that the developer or the operator of the dumping site did not stop?
It did not stop. So we went back. I went back with my unit committee member to inspect whether they stopped or not. So we realized that the dumping is still ongoing. So I came to the MC, and then with the Meho, we developed. So the team moved back a place again and give them a summons letter.
Okay.
And so when we give them the summons letter, quickly we process them to court. So as I'm speaking to you right now, the case is at court.
Okay,
so
but yes, honorable. Before you continue, you know that the assembly can actually stop him from continuing the operation, and then take him to court for not doing the right thing. So why is that still going on?
Yeah, we we stopped them, and the issue is at court now. And the current development is that because they usually operate in the midnight.
They operate where?
In the night, sometimes.
Okay.
So
you know they operate in the night, right?
Sometimes.
And if you know they operate in the night, why don't you stop them? Because you know the time they operate.
Currently, as I'm speaking to you now, the MC have informed the police, and then they stop down. As I'm talking to you now, those Abubu yard trucks and those things now, they have authorized the police that anytime they see them going to the site, they should be arrested. So currently, as I'm speaking to you, yesterday night.
Yes, but Joseph Kominafiamo, do you know the people behind this?
Oh, actually, I don't know. I have confronted the engineer, which is on the site doing the damping, and I told him no. What is doing over here? Because it's closer to the dam.
So if you go there today, are they at site?
No. They will stop them. They are not dumping it. So what currently the engineer is doing now is that because of the way the boiler is, he is using the gravel to fill on it. Because when you get there, it's an eyesore. So he is using the sand to cover the refuse.
No, but you just told us that you've told the police to prevent these aboboyas from going there, which is an indication that they go there, right?
Exactly, because
so if they go there, hold on, Joseph Fiamo. If these aboboyas are still going there, is that not an indication of usage of the place?
No, they are not going there again. They are not going to the site again because they are not dumping anything over there again.
Well, you know the one who told us they operate in the night?
No, what I'm saying, when we stopped them previously, and then we are monitoring them, my unit committee members are monitoring them, and they are not come. That is where they develop their own strategy and using knives to dump. And we track them again, and that is why the MC use the police, they give a directive to the police that when they see any of them, they should be arrested.
Okay, so they are not dumping again. But today, the residents in the area are complaining of the foul smell. You admit that the closeness to the river and to the Weija Dam is problematic. So what's been done about that?
Exactly. That is my challenge. So I have been there yesterday night, around 8 o'clock in the night, and I met landlord associations over there. And I saw my smell, when I smell things over there, is an eyesore. The community is very under a problem. So
well, what you're doing to us now is to be explaining the problem. But what I would want to know is how you're dealing with the problem.
Yes. So I have communicated to my mayor this morning that I've been there yesterday night, and I've found out that what the community is facing is very bad. So there must be a fumigation at the community. And I've spoken to my MC also. So MC responded very well with me, and then we'll be doing a fumigation.
So the refuse that is currently there, what happens to it?
Yeah. Previously, when the MC and MP visited the site, the MC was able to develop a plan that we have to dig a hole, or we have to take all that rubbish or everything refuse over there from that place because it's closer to the dam.
Honorable Fiamo, the MCE, the MP agree you have to take it. When are you doing that?
Yeah, because the area is a place that it's a waterlogged area.
Yeah, but Honorable Fiamo, you're not answering my question. I'm asking when, time.
Very soon, very soon, very soon, very soon.
How soon is your soon? When is your soon? So we can check.
Very soon, because assembly is the house of record. So very soon we will do that.
Because in Ghana, when you say soon, it means nothing. When? Deadline.
Worry.
Give me a time so that we come back.
Our MC is a very proactive MC, so don't worry.
Oh, okay. Your MC is a very proactive MC.
Yeah, proactive MC.
Right. Thank you very much, Joseph Kwabena Fiamo, who's assembly member for the Amanfro electoral area. So, Kojo, that's the situation.
Yes, and this message, which just came in 8:40 a.m., says, "Good morning, Kojo. I just passed the place to work now. Lots of aboboya in queue to dump refuse." There's a message that's coming in right now. Yeah. From Wasim. He says, "I just passed the place right now, and there are a lot of aboboya in the queue to dump refuse."
Oh, my goodness. Well, it's
and,
something.
And you know that place is part of the larger Weija irrigation scheme as well. So I was saying, aside the rubbish, and you asked what we can do to protect that area. 3 weeks ago, I flew over that. For some reason, when the plane took off from the airport, I was just by the window looking down. And I saw the Weija Dam. I saw the communities around it, how we've encroached upon the catchment area of the Weija Dam. And now how we've managed to let one person move from one aboboya to thousands of aboboya, dumping refuse in the place. And now he says very soon, the MC is proactive. Where was the proactivity when people were dumping refuse there?
Exactly. And look, the Ghana South MC, today, there's something that he should have saw, because I'm told it started in December. Yeah. And if this is how the Ghana South MC is working, then I'm sorry. But that MC would have shown by now that he has no business leading an assembly. Because if you cannot deal with a small problem, like, an illegal refuse dump, you have no business leading an assembly. Because if this is brought to your attention, that same day you should solve it.
Yeah.
And deal with it.
Yeah.
So look, the Greater Accra Regional Minister and the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy, Religious Affairs, I know they are listening. They should be calling the MCE for Ghana South. And the President said that sanitation is one of the things that would be used to determine the performance of MCs. It's a clear case.
Yeah.
He has shown you clearly that he has no business leading an assembly.
It's sad. It's sad, Kofi. And we got another message from Oro, and he says that my wife was just asking me a question I don't have answers to. It used to be Ghana Water and Sewage Corporation. Now it is Ghana Water Company Limited. So they are handling the water. Who is handling the sewage for Ghana? And how are we fixing sanitation in the country?
Good question.
It's a good question, though.
Good question. You see, the district assemblies are tasked with managing sanitation.
Okay.
And so by extension, the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Religious Affairs, all of that. Yes, it's their responsibility. And they've actually sent us a video of people going to dump refuse at that place. Look, stay with us. Let's go for a quick break. When we return, we get back to this issue here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
When I wake up in the morning, I brush my teeth with Kale Charcoal toothpaste. This gives me confidence all day.
Anytime you meet Amma, don't be surprised I smile showing my beautiful white teeth because I don't have cavity thanks to Kale Charcoal toothpaste for its natural charcoal properties. In fact, we are like twins. I can't go without my Kale Charcoal toothpaste.
That be why I dey use Kale Charcoal toothpaste morning and night when I dey go bed safe. It dey make my teeth white when it dey comot every scent from my mouth inside. My confidence level they go up, so I dey show my 32 teeth all.
Introducing the Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, formulated with activated bamboo charcoal powder, ensures whiter teeth and removes bad breath. The strong natural property of the activated bamboo charcoal removes bacteria, absorbs surface stains on our teeth caused by coffee, wines, and tobacco. Welcome, Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste, Sankofa Yenchi.
Kel, happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Charlie, everything is expensive these days. Even flight tickets are worse.
My guy, stop stressing. Haven't you heard of Waka Now?
Waka Now? What's that?
They've got the cheapest flight deals, plus hotels, visa assistance, airport pickups, even tour packages, all in one place.
Hey, like seriously? But what if I don't have all the money to pay at once?
Then use Pay Small. Just pay 25% deposit now, lock your tickets, and pay the rest in easy bits before you travel.
So I can book now and chill small, eh?
That's it. Whether London, Dubai, Lagos, or Kumasi, Waka Now has your back.
Call 0242 435 515. Follow Waka Now Ghana. Visit wakanow.com.gh. Download our app or walk into our travel centers in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, and Tamale. Waka Now. Let's go.
In Ghana, planning ahead is something we grew up with. It's in the small things. Filling your barrels and buckets just in case the taps don't flow tomorrow. Parents buying school shoes 2 or 3 sizes too big so you can grow into them. Or wrapping your books carefully so that they can be passed down to the next child. It's how we've always looked out for the future. Quietly, thoughtfully, every day.
For 20 years, we've understood what Ghanaians have always known. Planning today secures tomorrow. It's the reason we provided life insurance solutions for every aspect of your future. Star Life didn't introduce planning ahead, we only made it better. Why? Because it's who you've always been. Star Life, your solid partner for life.
We are Star Life, your solid partner for life.
It's Gold Rush season at Compute Ghana. The ultimate football season is here. The crowd, the cheers, the vuvuzelas are active. This World Cup season, the match isn't just on the pitch. Bring it home. Now is the time to buy your crystal clear televisions, powerful soundbars, and home theaters, laptops, phones, and projectors at unbeatable prices. This isn't just discount sales. Spend $1,000 cedis or more, and you are in the raffle to win a 100-inch 4K TV, phones, laptops, and more. Rush now to any Compute Ghana showroom or shop at ComputeGhana.com. Call 0302-752020 or WhatsApp 0243-143-143. Compute Ghana Gold Rush season, the ultimate football experience.
Everybody they sell, but your shop they empty.
Where's my report?
Bro, month no end here too. But see, your pocket stop they take. Another emergency for the house?
Shit, come me get ideas. Ideas go kill them.
Another idea, another mark time. No capital to start. For some people, this silence no be peace. It be money matter.
With bills, there's no need for silence. From my emergency loans to salary loans to working capital loans and startup loans, Bills has you covered.
Apply with your Ghana card today. Call 0596 920 833 or 0302 200 390. Bills, financing your needs. T's and C's apply.
Morning time, the pot is ready. Mama cook it nice and steady. Call your people, call your crew. Oba spaghetti made for you. Come chop, everybody chop. Oba on my table.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. Still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. So the MCE for South Municipal Assembly is Moses Kabu Okanse. That is the MCE for South. And look, the president indicated that sanitation would be key in measuring the performance. Honorable Moses Kabu Okanse, if you cannot deal with that small problem in Amanfro, how are you able to lead the whole South Municipal Assembly? I just can't understand it. Because if today the MCE as part is also the head of the Security Council in the municipality.
Municipal Security Council.
So what happens? If you say today that, look, this person should no longer function. And in any case, this is an illegality. You don't, so it is not like the guy is doing something right that you're now going to negotiate with him. He's engaged in an illegality.
And destroying our water body. And, I just got a message from this lecturer friend of ours. I don't want to mention his name. He says, Kojo and Winston, please, refuse dumping in that area is a huge money-making machine. You guys should go there personally and delve into it. You'll discover more.
Wow, I see. Now, the deputy ranking member and MP of the local government committee in Parliament and member of the health committee, who is also the MP for Achimota, says the president had said that the solution to our sanitation issues is bringing back the sanitation ministry to the local government ministry. They have done that, but we still have issues. Can we trust this government in what they professed while in opposition compared to the realities in government? That's Alexander Akwesi Akwa, who's a member of Parliament for Achimota and the deputy ranking member of the local government committee in Parliament. I say, if the assembly is interested in doing the right things, it will be done now.
And we have the resources.
Exactly.
We have the men and the women. If we want to fix it, we will fix it. Anyway, if you want to give your business the competitive edge it deserves, move your business to the Dawa Industrial Zone. It's a world-class industrial park spread across 2,000 acres of prime industrial land. They have modern infrastructures. It has strategic connectivity as well, and a thriving ecosystem of manufacturers, heavy industries, automotive industries, textile production businesses, logistics companies, and food and agro-processing enterprises within a well-segmented industrial zone. The Dawa Industrial Zone is the ideal destination for growth and expansion. So position your business for success in one of Ghana's and West Africa's fastest growing industrial hubs. Call 055 204 0000 today or visit diz-ghana.com. Dawa Industrial Zone, where industry thrives.
And step into a world of hassle-free banking with the all-new CBG mobile app. Step into a world of hassle-free banking with the all-new CBG mobile app. The new CBG mobile app has been designed to make you enjoy the convenience of banking anywhere and at any time. Download the new CBG mobile app on the Google Play Store or iOS App Store and experience the ease of managing your finances on a secure, smart, and user-friendly digital platform. Receive real-time alerts to stay informed about your account activity. Join the digital revolution and elevate your banking experience with the new CBG mobile app. For further inquiries, contact them on 0302-216-000. Email them at talktous@cbg.com.g or visit any of their social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly Twitter. Terms and conditions apply. CBG, we stand with you.
And Latex Foam is giving you the best mattresses. Don't sleep on mattresses that are made from unsafe materials. Sleep on the right partner for life. That is Latex Foam. They have different types, different sizes, and you should invest in safe, durable, and certified mattresses, and that is Latex Foam. And they offer you unmatched quality and durability for every home and for every purpose. So go to their website, latexfoamghana.com, or you can call their Accra office on 0302-231155. or the Kumasi office on 0322029365. Latex Foam is your partner for life.
And the Ghana Association of Banks says, look, shine your eye when you receive urgent emails or messages about your bank account, because fraudsters create fake websites that look exactly like your bank's name, same logo, same color, same design. They may send you a link asking you to verify your details or risk losing access to your account. Once you enter your information, they can take control of your account. Before you click, check the line carefully. Some fake links may appear genuine at first but contain slight differences, such as extra letters, missing letters, or numbers replacing words. Others may use long, confusing web addresses or shortened links that hide the real website. Never click suspicious links. Instead, quickly visit your bank's official website for information or contact the bank directly using its official phone numbers. Shine your eye, spot the fraud, stop the fraud. This is brought to you by the Ghana Association of Banks. When we return after these messages, our focus is on the food that you eat. So from the farm to the table, how infrastructure matters. Okay, so we talked about, this morning we're talking about our roads. We'll talk about our dams, because the truth is, movement is part of everything. If you don't have the roads, the food gets spoiled on the road, if you don't have good roads. When that happens, and we've always been telling you, when that happens, you may probably think that, oh, as for me, I can go and buy everything. But you see, when the farmers increase the prices, and it leads to an increase in inflation, it affects all of us. Mm-hmm. So what do? We must ensure that at every point, we have foods that are affordable. And if they are affordable, the farmer gets money, you get the best of food. Because sometimes, if it delays and it's sold to you not in a good state. And you know what that means? You get to become sick, you go to the hospital, you spend money that you could have used in having fun probably. All of these coming up here as part of our Agribusiness Month conversation. Stay with us.
Since inception, almost 100% of Ashesi University students have found jobs, started businesses, or gone on to graduate school within 6 months of graduation. From Accra to Nairobi, London to New York, Ashesi graduates are noticed and are leading successful careers. If you dream of a rewarding life and career, an Ashesi education prepares you just for that. Learn more about applying to Ashesi at ashesi.edu.gh. Remember, admission is ongoing.
Is your electricity bill too high? Let me show you how to control your energy costs and save a lot of money. Make maximum use of daylight. Use LED lights and open your windows to create a cross-air flow. Only turn the fan on to slow or medium speed when needed. Adjust the temperature of your refrigerator to the optimum range of 5 degrees Celsius to 7 degrees Celsius and the freezers to -18 degrees Celsius. Use your AC wisely. Don't set the temperature lower than 25 degrees Celsius. It consumes about 70% of the electricity in your homes. Change outdated equipment like motors, pumps, compressors, and boilers to energy-efficient ones. Conduct a systemic audit and improve the efficiency of your significant energy users. Implement a standardized energy management system like the ISO 50001. Visit www.valcotrustfund.gov.gh for more energy-saving tips and messages to save more money. This energy conservation advice is brought to you by the Ministry of Energy, Energy Foundation, Valco Trust Fund, PURC, ECG, Bui Power Authority, Gridco, and VRA. Control your energy cost and save money.
Now have freedom.
The World Cup football fever is here, and Electroland Ghana Limited is bringing the excitement of the stadium right into your home with unbeatable soccer promotion. Experience every goal and celebration in clarity, just like you're live at the stadium with discounts on Samsung, TCL, and NASCO Smart TVs. Make every match day perfect for your football watch parties with powerful air conditioners and air coolers, top and bottom mount chest and display fridges, gas cooker, washing machines, microwaves, small kitchen appliances, and more. This is the biggest football promo of the year. Rush to our showrooms and authorized dealer shops or call 050-315-9739. Electroland, bringing the stadium home.
At the chop bar, hungry customers are waiting because a penalty is about to be taken. Abna has bent the jollof because she was celebrating Ghana's goal. Everything can wait because it's the FIFA World Cup 2026. Catch all 104 games live on SuperSport on DSTV from 11th June to 19th July. Reconnect from as little as 58 Ghana cedis per DSTV, your home of entertainment.
This Father's Day, give Dad more than just a gift. Give him an unforgettable experience. Join the Joy brands for the Joy Safari Escape, the ultimate weekend getaway created to celebrate fathers and father figures on 20th and 21st of June. Enjoy a premium escape filled with relaxation, adventure, music, great food, and quality family time. Your experience includes breakfast courtesy from Safari Homes, complimentary bus service to and from Aqua Safari because we care about your comfort, luxury night stay at Aqua Safari, scenic river tours and boat cruises, fish and tortoise feeding experience, underwater cave viewing, eco park adventure with amazing wildlife encounters, buffet meals, island party with live band entertainment, swimming pool, archery, board games, lawn tennis, endless vibes from our DJs, and fun activities for the kids too. So bring along the entire family. Rates are going for 4,000 Ghana cedis single, 6,000 Ghana cedis double, and 10,000 Ghana cedis for a family of 4. Book now or make enquiries by calling or WhatsApping Lois on 053 100 3813. The Joy Safari Escape, June 20 and 21. Joy Safari Escape, one weekend, endless memories. The Joy Safari Escape is brought to you by Latex Foam, your partner for life. Woodin, Le Créateur, Ready Vitamin C. It boosts your immune system. And Valex Lease Equip Limited, Copia Leasing, Renting and Maintenance Services. The Joy Safari Escape is powered by Hits FM and Joy Prime.
Sorry, coffee in your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
I like this song, Obiani in the Movement. It so ide. So, there's a text message that Kojo this morning, and the person said he had acquired 5 acres, wanted to get into farming, but upon listening to us, he's having second thoughts. I'd say it's a decision you would have to make. But I was telling, I was telling Pastor Bishop Mike Niabose this morning. Mm-hmm. That look, sometimes, there's a message. I've just secured a 5-acre land to start some farming. Hearing you this morning, I feel discouraged to go ahead. Please, can you help me? We're going to help you, Kofi. But I was telling Bishop Ni Abose this morning that sometimes you feel like, why don't I just stop this? Because why do I need to continue? But I say sometimes the lessons learned are too valuable to stop. And so you say, look, I have learned all these things. I think they can shape it going forward. But this morning, I want us to do something. I want us to think about how infrastructure matters in agriculture. Because for many people, Kojo, and you've been, on the field all these years, driving to different parts of the country, sometimes, people would have to create roads to these farm sites. Why does infrastructure matter in agriculture? And when we talk about infrastructure, we'd have to break it down to the infrastructure that we're making reference to within the agricultural value chain.
Yeah, and I think that for our listeners, it will be good to say that today I am the guest because I'm doing it and I'm living it. And over the past 3, 4, 5 years, I have worked in key consulting roles that have seen me leading teams in developing infrastructure for agri, from roads to irrigation to warehousing, processing plants, and all those things. I led a team to build a rice mill. I've led teams to build warehouses. We've built irrigation across the country, and I've traveled far and wide, locally and internationally, to see how infrastructure changes things. if you look at the general business environment, for example, when we talk about infrastructure, there's residential infrastructure, right, for our homes. There's industrial, and then there's commercial. And so industrial, the factories in Tema. Tema was designed to be an industrial hub. So road networks were built, water systems were built, housing for the people who work in the factories were built, schools, hospitals were built to support the manufacturing entities. So that was how Tema was designed. If you go to Makola, for example, it's a commercial area. It has roads, it has electricity, it has the infrastructure it needs for these things to happen. Now, when it comes to agric is an infrastructure intense industry, but if you look at the data as we have it now as a country, we seem not to care about proper investment in agric. And there are about 5 different levels of structure when it comes to agric. Number 1 is access. Networks that lead to where agriculture happens. If you look at a lot of the hubs for agric, we don't have proper systems of maintaining and extending the road networks to these places. So your typical farmer always has to deal with a lot of struggles to, one, get to the farm, to grow, and bring the food back to you to eat. I'll give you an example. If you go to the Suchari area, Akuse Suchari area, it's currently about the biggest standalone irrigation scheme in the country.
Okay.
But there is no first-class road that goes to Suchari. There is no first-class road that goes to Akuse. A chunk of the banana that we export from Ghana, close to $70-80 million, the last time I checked, comes from that area. And that brings a lot of revenue to the states. In fact, the banana industries in that particular area employ not less than 5,000 people directly. But there is no first-class road to Suchari. There is no first-class road to Akuse. We talk about that's also one of the hubs for growing Ghana rice. There is no first-class road there or back. So the people there who grow food, they are practically on their own. We just give them peanuts and expect them to grow enough food to solve Ghana's problems.
Okay.
That is example number 1. So when we talk about infrastructure, roads, the government is building the big push, for example. We are told that there is some funding from World Bank to build roads to farming communities. It's a strategy to ensure that the last mile connection is established. So infrastructure, and every farmer you talk to in this country will tell you that roads are the bane of farmers. Because unfortunately, the lands close to the major roads and the highways, they are not affordable and available for farming. So if you will farm, you sometimes have to go 12 kilometers, 15 kilometers, 20 kilometers deep to be able to get land to farm. So a lot of our farm roads are footpaths, and these days, Naminsha China for bringing Aboboya, these days with Aboboya in the system, we can actually ride to the farm and back. But the challenge it presents is that if you have to move bulk products, you have to go in bits and pieces. Bits and pieces. If you're lucky enough to have a truck, you should be able to plan to change your shocks and a lot of components on your car every month because the roads that lead to your farm are bad. So that is one challenge. Road network to farms. So sometimes when we, the farmers, ask the government, if you are doing big push, where are the roads leading to?
Okay.
Are they leading to the productive areas of agriculture, or you are building roads that will be used to evacuate imports from the ports to people's homes?
Before we get into the other areas, I'd like us to look at why it's important, why the road is important. Because just recently, the road to my farm, they've smoothened it under. I think they used the drip. The residents there protested.
Yeah.
So from Dropon, the 10 to Fujoku. Okay, once you're entering Dropon, you're going to Fujoku. The farm service at Abotia, but so the Fujoku road, it was in a deplorable state. But they've tried, done a bit of grading. But why is the road infrastructure important?
Without roads, there is no movement. And without movement, there is no production. if you're farming, you need to move input, seed, fertilizer, people to the farm to work. So without roads, movement is impeded. If you don't have roads and people have to walk, sometimes 12 kilometers to the farm and 12 kilometers back, they get to the farm tired, and they get too tired to even walk back home. So a lot of people are not interested in farming. We say youth are not interested in farming because do I walk to the farm and walk back every day? I'd rather come and stay in town and hawk on the streets. So that's one of the challenges. For my personal farms, for example, my farm in the eastern region, I constructed close to 3-4 kilometers of roads from my own pocket. And to construct a road, you need a bulldozer, you need graders, you need compactors. It's a capital intense activity. How many people can afford this? So those are things that the state must do. When we say that Ghana has electricity penetration of say 95%, it's not the individuals who spend on the electricity extension. We actually budget for it under Ministry of Energy, and ECG executes electricity extension to us. Is that not so? When we say Ghanaians have water to drink, we budget for it, and Ghana Water does the extension of the water to our homes. And so it's important that if we claim agribusiness is the heart of activity and growth and the economy, it's important that the infrastructure that supports agribusiness works. So roads are one of the key things for agribusiness. I'll give you an example. We're exporting close to $300-400 million of cashew in this. One of the hubs for cashew aggregation is the Sampa area. Now the Sampa Gine Road is being constructed. The Sampa area, you go to Western North, Debisu, Yamitra areas, right? Go and see the nature of roads that these trucks have to use. And the truck is carrying 50 tons. 50 tons of cashew from that place to the port. A journey which could be, say, 12 hours because of the nature of the road. Sometimes you do it in 3 days with a lot of breakages. Go to the tomato production areas in the north. So we want to eat tomatoes. But sometimes evacuating tomato from Burkina Faso to Ghana may be easier than evacuating it from some of our villages because the access roads are bad.
Okay. So let's sit with the roads. What other ones are we looking at again?
The other key infrastructure we need, developed lands. And when I say developed lands, in real estate we say service plots. So service plots, you go, the plot is there, there's internet access, connection, last mile, there's water, there's electricity, there's sewage, right? We need the same for agric. Before you plant or grow any animal, you need to develop the land and put in the infrastructure. Now, Ghana is one of the worst countries in the world when it comes to irrigation penetration. And to plant a seed, you need a soil, as we learned last week. You need a seed, you need fertilizer, you need water for irrigation. Unfortunately, because we don't have a lot of irrigation in this country, we always depend on the rainy season. So it started raining June, July. Down south, everybody is planting. We all plant at the same time and harvest at the same time. So when there is a glut, there is a glut. A lot of food goes waste because we all planted at the same time and we are all harvesting at the same time, and we don't have storage and processing.
And in fact, talking about planting at the same time, there's a message here. Let me just chip this in. It says, I acquired a 10-acre land near the waterfront in Bato area after spending almost 100,000 on land acquisition, clearing, preparation, irrigation systems, labor, wages. I'm at the point of giving up.
Why?
I am watching the crops I planted this year being destroyed from the extra heavy rainfall. I was forewarned. I don't know if I've proven all my detractors right.
Great. So that's where the land development comes in. When you acquire land for agric, number one, you need to get surveyors to do a topo map for the land, topography, right? It's expensive. Once they do the topo map for you, you'll see the shape of the land and how it will be impacted by flooding, by water flows, by movement and everything. So based on that, you design the farm. Most people are unable to do that because it's capital intensive. Once you get the topo maps done, then you design your road network, your irrigation system, where you are going to even storage and everything and housing. Okay, we are unable to do that. So this person probably got the land, he saw water, and then he went to plant. But he didn't think about how to drain the land. So now it rains and the land gets waterlogged and he's losing. I was in Kwamoso, it's in Kwapim North. I was there on Wednesday after the show to see some friends growing tomatoes. So I grow tomatoes and they also grow and I offtake. It's raining and the whole land is waterlogged. So the tomato is dying. So if we don't provide the right infrastructure, you hear a lot of farmers like this complaining to you. So in the rainy season, we get too much rain. We cannot drain our lands. Our lands get flooded and we lose. In the dry season, it gets so dry, we cannot get water to the crops die and we lose. It's because we've not planned and put any infrastructure in place. Now, I was talking to you about irrigation schemes. Greater Accra region is about 800,000 acres. The size of Greater Accra region is about 800,000 acres. We are told that Ghana's irrigation schemes in all, we have about 23 public irrigation schemes. That's run by the Ghana Irrigation Development Authority. There are new ones coming on stream. Out of these 23 irrigation schemes, we have about 13,000 estimated total, 13,000 hectares of estimated land under irrigation. Now, this 13,000 hectares, if you convert it to acres, it just pales in comparison to the size of Greater Accra region. But Greater Accra region is very small. But go to places like Egypt, go to South America, go to other countries, the Netherlands, go to other countries. They have irrigation schemes that are bigger than the Greater Accra region. And these irrigation schemes have road networks designed. Some of them have airports where cargo planes land and take off every day to evacuate products for sale. They have proper accommodation. But in Ghana, we pay lip service to these things. A lot of the irrigation schemes take you through. You look at the land reservation and the actual land that is developed. You weep. And so, if your Ghanaian farmer is unable to produce all year round, it's because the state has gone to sleep on enabling growth for farmers by supporting with the right infrastructure. And one of the trends that I am seeing as a farmer is that because our farmlands are getting further away from towns and villages, there's also the extra burden of providing accommodation on farms.
Yeah.
So people who used to farm in Sawam, in Ebri, in Dowenya, whose lands have now been taken over by real estates, are having to go deeper and far away into the hinterlands to farm. If you get there, you are spending more money building roads. You have to build your own water source, a borehole, which will not cost you less than 30,000 cedis in some of these remote areas. You have to build housing for yourself and your staff. Then you have to buy equipment for yourself and your staff.
Okay. So I mean, we've talked about the irrigation
Yeah.
and dams, and that's a major issue. Because in my analysis of budgets for some period, the Accra Plains featured prominently. Every year we'll go to Parliament to talk about the Accra Plains. Every year we'll talk about the Accra Plains. We'll come back and it's the same issue. The last time we were having a conversation about, the dams that we had in this country, the fact that many of them were not functioning.
Yeah.
Has anything changed?
Very little has changed. Unfortunately, very little has changed. Government in, government out. We don't see a lot of progress. If you look at the irrigation schemes we have, for example, we have the Ashaiman irrigation scheme. The potential is 155 hectares, right? Now, the developed area is the same 155, but only about 36% of that is being used. You know why?
No.
Encroachment. Santor, East Legon Hills, and all those places are encroaching on the catchment area of the Ashaiman Dam. When you come downstream as well, a lot of activities are going on. Ashaiman Dam, who could have produced a lot of vegetables for Accra and Tema, is under threat. Go to Dawenya. Dawenya has a potential of over 450 hectares. Just about 200 hectares is properly developed. And out of that, a lot of challenges. And usually, if you see any fix or any maintenance, it's being funded by the Korean government to support the rice farmers there. So there's Dawenya. There's the Pong irrigation scheme, which covers Esuchari and Akuse. It's the largest irrigation scheme. That irrigation scheme can cover about 3,000 hectares. At the moment, almost all the 2,500 hectares is developed. Utilization properly is about 20%, because we don't have enough pump stations to pump and spread the water all around. And you have Weija. Let's not talk about it. We just discussed Weija. The Weija irrigation scheme is practically dead. We have the Afife irrigation scheme in Volta. It's working. We are producing a lot of rice from there. So Afife and then Weta. But recently, if you remember, Edemagbana went there, and a lot of their canals were blocked. A lot of their pumps were not working. That is also a challenge. You have Aveime. You have Pandoko. You have Gomo Cherko on the way to Winneba, after Winneba. You have Akumadan. You have the Anum Valley irrigation scheme. You have a lot of irrigation schemes. Subinja irrigation scheme, the Tanoso irrigation scheme, Bontanga irrigation scheme, Golinga irrigation scheme, Tono, Via, and a new one that the government is building in Afram Plains, Kunedu irrigation scheme. We also had the Economic Enclave, which was also supposed to develop more irrigation schemes. If you go to Chopoli, here in Greater Accra region, the land that was acquired for that is about 10,000 acres. So far, only about 650 acres is under production.
What's happened to the rest?
Funding.
Hold on that funding bit. I'll get back to you shortly. But look, life doesn't stand still for you. And this morning we're having a conversation about the infrastructure that is needed within the agricultural value chain, the agribusiness value chain, as part of our agribusiness. But look, life doesn't stand still for you. It doesn't wait for you to be prepared. It just moves. And the best you can do for yourself is to prepare for life instead. How? Well, a flexible policy like the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan to build a legacy that offers you a cover of up to 300,000 with no underwriting, greater flexibility with no limits to the life you can cover, 80, and an uninterrupted cover, no lapse, enabling you to secure as most in the simplest ways. You also get to enjoy the flexibility to update your cover every 5 years. Exciting, right? So dial *378*3# to request a call for the Old Mutual Legacy Transition Plan today. And let's get you a plan that works for you and your family. Old Mutual do great things every day. But if you're an electrician, an estate developer, a contractor, or a dealer in electrical cable accessories, and you're looking for premium quality materials for your home, office, or projects, whether be it residential, commercial, or for industrial, Sun Cablo has got you. When it comes to strong, durable, and fire-resistant electrical cables and accessories, trust Sun Cablo. Proudly made in Ghana with 99.99% pure copper and certified and approved by the Ghana Standards Authority and the Energy Commission. From house wiring to big projects, we've got all sizes and colors ready, from 1.5 mm squared to 25 mm squared cables, flexible cables, switches, sockets, multi-lamp holders, and many more. No darling, no shortcuts, just pure quality you can rely on. Everything complete. Ask for Sun Cablo cables and accessories at all leading electrical shops nationwide. For bulk purchase, call 0243374034 or 0244678015. Sun Cablo Lighting Africa. Sun Cablo from Go House, now we be the plug. But the good news is that the Ministry of Education is pleased to announce the official launch of the Ghana National Research Fund by President John Dramani Mahama, established under the Ghana National Research Fund Act 2020, Act 1056. The Ghana National Research Fund is Ghana's national mechanism for providing predictable and sustainable funding for research, innovation, technology transfer, and commercialization to support national development. It's on Tuesday, 16 June 2026, that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Labadi Beach Hotel, Accra. Special guest of honor is President John Dramani Mahama. And the launch, an important milestone in Ghana's efforts to place research, innovation, and knowledge at the center of national development, economic growth, and evidence-based policy making. Great, Kojo. So let's continue
Yeah.
with the infrastructure that is needed. We're talking about dams, irrigation process now.
Yeah.
You've talked about the Chopoli one, the fact that we're just not using because there's a problem with funding.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's continue because it looks like as for funding, it's never going to be. It's always going to be a problem here.
Yeah, but we've seen other people in other countries prioritizing agri infrastructure to the point where places you don't think should be leading when it comes to food production are actually market leaders. Egypt's landmass is practically desert. The only thing that comes to their salvation is the Nile River, which flows from Sudan, Ethiopia, into Egypt, empties into the sea. If you go to Cairo is in the delta because that's where they could set up. You need water, set up agric, and along there. Egypt's Nile Valley irrigation system is 3.4 million hectares.
Wow.
That's huge. I'm going to convert it into acres for you. 3.4 million hectares. If I convert to acres, it's about 8 million acres. Greater Accra region is 800,000 acres. Think about it. Greater Accra region is 800,000 acres. The Nile Valley irrigation system is 8 million acres of land, mostly in the desert. Engineers have built canals. They've set up center pivots, and the center pivot is a mechanical irrigation system. It's a lot of steel with pipes. It goes round its axis. Some cover 50 acres, some cover 60 acres, some cover 180, some cover 250, depending on the sizes. And you can buy center pivots for say $180,000, depending on where you are getting it from. But they've been able to build. In fact, there's one irrigation scheme in the southwestern part of Egypt in the desert, which is about the size of Greater Accra region itself. So somebody committed funding to it because they knew agric is important. They knew they had to feed themselves. They knew they could feed the world. So in the Nile Valley irrigation system, for example, they are growing cotton, they are growing wheat, they are growing rice, they are growing vegetables. In this country, we're unable to grow wheat. We import wheat, and that is what feeds us when it comes to bread. And the wheat bran also goes into our poultry feed.
We need to have an interview with the National Petroleum Authority, NPA, at 9:30. So share the last other one with me, then we'll go for that conversation.
The other bit of infrastructure is processing, which we've really failed at building. We are not using our advantage as a tropical country and using the weather and whatever we have to our advantage. So we say we produce tomatoes and we lose 50% of the tomatoes. And when you think tomato processing, everybody will say, oh, tomato paste. But we can invest in infrastructure to dry tomatoes in the major season. We dry the tomatoes, we store them in vacuum bags. Off season, we can blend and eat these tomatoes. The same way we dry pepper, the same way we dry a lot of things. We should be able to do that. But in all these things, some people will argue that it's business, so private sector should lead. It is not private sector that is building the roads we use. It is not private sector that is building, extending electricity to our homes. It is not private sector that is building the large teaching hospitals. The state must consciously invest in agric infrastructure to enable the private sector to thrive. If I use myself as an example, when I was building my Equipon farms, I did 3 to 4 kilometers of roads. I drilled 5 boreholes. 2 of them collapsed. 3 are working. Then I had to build a house because there's no accommodation. In Volta, I did 12 kilometers of a road because there is no access to the place. Drip equipment are packed. Government is not even doing the research to know the actual pain points of farmers when it comes to infrastructure to invest. Then you build your borehole, you do this, you do that, before you find money to buy seed to grow the food. And when you grow it too, we've allowed people to import so you cannot sell.
Kojo, we have to continue with this conversation tomorrow. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow. But folks, stay with us. When we return after these messages, our friends from the NPA will be joining us here on the Super Morning Show. We'll be right back.
See green and call it yellow. Open up the gate to see Jah tomorrow. Every man on his own movement. Ice water, MA joy. Kaya yo, kaya no. Saswabo. Sasso, sasso, kume tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, kume tonton preko. Edrana drumming every session. Yeah, how can see out in malaria? Minya me for sasso spray. Every mosquito standing run away. Come on, tonton preko. Sasso, sasso, mi se kume tonton preko. Come on, tonton preko. Sasso, tonton preko. Nani sham ne die edel stronko.
This advert is FDA approved.
Every day, the grind goes on. We chase the money. We chase the jobs. But sometimes, everything can wait.
Ghana have done it. Ghana heading to the 5th World Cup.
And in that moment, nothing else matters. Everything can wait. FIFA World Cup time has so, and all 104 games are live on SuperSport on Go TV from 11th June to 19th July. Reconnect today from as little as 98 Ghana cedis per Go TV. Love it.
Did you know that Ghana currently spends more than 8 billion Ghana cedis annually importing food that can be produced locally? That is why this June, Joy Business and the Super Morning Show, in partnership with the Federation of Associations of Ghanaian Exporters, FAGE, bring you the Joy Agribusiness Month 2026 under the theme From Soil to Sovereignty, Building Ghana's Agricultural Self-Reliance Through Innovation. Join us on the Joy Super Morning Show, Joy News, and across Joy Business platforms for a month-long national conversation on Ghana's food security and agribusiness future. Week 1 focuses on government policy, trade, and financing for food sovereignty. Week 2 explores research, innovation, mechanization. Week 3 examines infrastructure, value addition, youth participation, and agricultural financing, while Week 4 highlights opportunities across key horticulture value chains. The final week looks at consumer power and Ghana's roadmap to food sovereignty by 2030. Stay tuned to Joy FM and Joy News.
Decision I made in my pajamas. Top of the morning matter. Off the phone with the dada. Get ready for another. To talk of the morning matter. Me didn't need to know me plan. Me see car get way tryna flip to a big bank, to a big one. And my mind, if we up, I am going mental. Sweetie for us when the miniskirt, I'm trying to focus so I get busy.
Yeah, that's a great one by Black Sheriff. Still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. But if you need fuel, make that smart stop at Star Oil, Ghana's largest oil marketing company. Because with over 240 stations nationwide, Star Oil gives you high quality fuel, great service, and real value for money. And that's why many Ghanaians are switching to Star Oil. And with a Star card, you can enjoy safe cashless fueling and easier expense tracking. Wherever you go, choose Star Oil for your quality and affordable fuel. But let me tell you about the Compu Ghana Go Rush season, because this World Cup, the World Cup fever is on. Yeah, yesterday, Tunisia. And everyone is getting excited. Compu Ghana says the match shouldn't just be on the pitch. You can bring the stadium experience home. And this is the time to buy your crystal clear TV, soundbars, home theater, smartphones, laptops, projectors, and more at unbeatable prices. Remember, this isn't just a discount sale. It's a chance to win a 100-inch 4K smart TV, cash, laptops, phones, and many other prizes when you spend 1,000 Ghana cedis or more. Rush to any CompuGhana showroom or shop online at CompuGhana.com. Call 0302 752020 or WhatsApp 0243143143. CompuGhana, Go Rush season, the ultimate football experience. But planning for the future begins with the decisions you make today. And so save and invest early with EDC to build wealth and retire comfortably. One clear sign of financial growth is when your money starts working for you through steady returns and long-term wealth creation. With EDC, you get professional fund management, flexible investment options, the potential for higher returns than ordinary savings, and financial security for retirement and future goals. Your financial independence is possible with EDC. Sign up today. For inquiries, call 0302 610 400 or WhatsApp 0509 268 414. Now, this July, Ghana will host global energy leaders and experts at the Ghana International Petroleum Conference, GIBCON 2026, under the theme Building a Resilient Downstream Policy Innovation and Investment for Growth. His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, President of Ghana, will be the distinguished guest of honor. Speakers include Dr. John Abdullah Jinapo, Minister of Energy and Green Transition, Kojo Tamaklu, CEO of the National Petroleum Authority, Dr. Patrick Akuffo, CEO of the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, and Dr. Reversing Upon, who is CEO of Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies. The date is July 16 to 17, 2026, 8 a.m. each day at the Palms Convention Center, La Palm Royal Beach Hotel. The event will be climaxed with the Downstream Awards and Gala Night happening on July 18 at 6 p.m. at Kempinski Gold Coast Hotel, Accra. Register now at gipcon.com or call 0558 223678. Still live here on the Super Morning Show. Stay with us. Our friends from the NPA are joining us.
In your cup and joy on the set. The Super Morning Show is always the best bet on Joy 99.7 FM.
And you're still live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Hey, Betty, with us, Aboni, this early morning. Anyway, I told you our friends were going to be joining us to talk more about the Ghana Petroleum Conference, GIBCON. And this morning, we've been joined by Evelyn Asari, who is director of the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, and Oseya Odankwa is head business development of the National Petroleum Authority. Good morning, Oseya. Good morning, Evelyn. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning.
I believe you're all doing well.
Yes. How about you?
As you can see, God is still taking care of his children. Okay. So we're fine. Now let's talk about GIBCON. Tell us briefly about what this whole conference is all about.
Yes. So GIBCON was actually started, that's a Ghana International Petroleum Conference, was started by the Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. Okay. Our vision was to bring all stakeholders together to have dialogue and be part of the conference, an opportunity to talk about policies affecting us in the downstream sector. Fast forward to 2018, we realized our reach was getting far and wider, so we needed to bring other stakeholders on board. So we brought the National Petroleum Authority on board, the Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, and of course the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. So we do this in tandem, and we've been doing this since that time, and this year, the 7th edition.
Okay. So tell us, I mean, over the years, I mean, in 2018 you decided to bring others together, but over the years, how has it evolved?
Okay, so GIBCON started mainly by looking inward. Right? So when I say inward, I mean mainly the local industry. Subsequently, we brought in the sub-region, East Africa, South Africa, Europe. So it's become more international. So it moved from looking at just the local market to making it more international, because we realized that it's best to look at best practice from elsewhere across the globe to ensure that the downstream becomes resilient and it thrives.
Okay, so now that you want to look at best practice, let's get to the meat itself. What's the primary objective of GIBCON?
So GIBCON's goal is to give all stakeholders in the downstream sector a platform to dialogue on the policies that affect them, and an opportunity to partner with various like-minded businesses within the sector.
Okay, I like that. Like-minded businesses within the sector. To the theme for this year's, GIBCON 2026, and why that theme is significant.
Okay. So for every GIBCON, what we do is we look at the pertinent issues during the period, and we come up with a theme. Then from the theme, we come up with topics accordingly. So this year, looking at the times, we know security of supply is critical. It's important for the industry to be resilient. I mean, amidst all these geopolitical issues. So the theme for this year is building a resilient downstream, policy, innovation, and investment for growth. So those are the three pillars we are looking at this year.
Okay, I like the fact that you're focusing on security of supply, because what's happening globally, every day when I wake up, I'm looking for good news.
Yes.
But I wish certain that the downstream here is resilient. There's no cause for alarm.
Yes, I mean, if you look at what has been happening, the Strait of Hormuz, which is Iran and Israel, the world lost about 20% of its supply, and this didn't have any effect on Ghana. You and I can attest that there's been fuel, and there's not been any incident where there's a shortage of fuel. So that alone tells you that the industry is resilient.
Great. But so let's look at where GIBCON would take place, and the Ghana Downstream Awards also. But most importantly, who can participate?
Yes. So the conference will take place at the Palms Convention Center on 16th and 17th July. And then it will take place, the Gala Nights, that's the Ghana Downstream Awards and Gala Night, will take place at Kempinski Hotel, Gold Coast City, on the 18th. So it's a climax of the conference. The conference is 2 days, and the following day we have the awards night. Yes, and for participation is open to the downstream sector, of course, open to people in academia, government officials, young professionals who want to learn more about the downstream sector too as well, and even the international community.
Okay, so if I want to participate, let's say I want to learn more about the downstream sector, okay, and I want to participate, how do I participate?
Okay, you can visit the website. The website is www.gibcon. GIBCON is GIBCON.com. Once you open the homepage, there's a button there for registration. When you click on that button, it will give you 3 options. So first option is you register for free, but there's a caveat for that. If you register for free, you don't get food and breakfast. You don't get conference souvenirs, and also there is no guarantee that you'll be shortlisted, because typically we have a lot of people registering and would have to shortlist. The venue can accommodate for 500 people, and so we'll be restricted to that number, and we'll also prioritize paying participants, which is the next item I'm coming to. So to pay to register to have access to the full 2 days of the conference and all the compliments of the conference, you'd pay 1,500 cedis. Right? And that's for an individual. For a corporate package, you pay 7,000. So that's 5 people. So for the corporate package, you save 500 cedis. Right? So those are the 3 main packages you could look at. Yeah.
Okay. So if you really want to be part
yes, then you would have to, it is best you choose the paying option, then you are guaranteed you'll be part. Then there's also the Line Awards night.
Okay.
So that one is also a pay to attend event. Like Evan said, the night where we recognize industry players that have excelled during the period. We also recognize best practice. It's also a night for the industry to network and come together to sort of celebrate each other. So that the ticket for that is 10,000 per person.
Okay.
There's also a corporate package for that for 5 people, which is 45,000. So that saves you 5,000 cedis. Yes.
Again, the rates, because it's a conference that everyone within the sector must attend. So if you want to attend, you say if you want to pay, how much does it start from?
For the conference, it's 1,500.
Okay.
That's for an individual pass. For a corporate patch, which admits people, 7,000 instead of 7,500. So if you are corporate, you are looking at 5 people and more, it's best you choose that option so you make some savings.
Great. And because, there's a conference you've been doing over the years, I'm interested in what, participants can expect from this year's conference. What can they expect from it?
So like Evelyn mentioned, GIPCON brings together the best minds in the industry. It also brings together government agencies, not just locally, but internationally. We have the African Refiners and Distributors Association, which is ADA. We have CTAC. We have regulators from Kenya, which is IPRA. We have regulators from Tanzania, which is IPRA. We have the Nigerian regulators, basically from Africa and across the world. We also have finance institutions. We have investors coming in. We've got people with projects. So it's a conference where you meet the best of the best in the industry. So it presents the opportunity for you to network, for you to, then just to dovetail into this, to also market your brand, because there's an opportunity to also sponsor GIPCON, to come on as a partner, either through an exhibition or through partnering the event.
And that would take me to something, because you've talked about either to come through as a partner, as an exhibitor. So what form will the conference take?
Okay, so the conference on the first day, we'll have the opening ceremony, of course, as usual, and then we'll have some sessions where we'll have discussions on key topics which have been selected. And then the second day, we'll have breakout sessions with various targeted topics. So you get the opportunity to select and choose the session that you would like to be part of, tailored to your needs, your interests. We'll be talking on issues related to security, regulation, issues around our supply chain in the downstream sector. We'll also be talking on issues related to the green transition, biofuels, bioethanol, biodiesel. We'll even be talking about bunkering system as well. So there's a chain of targeted topics that have been selected, tailored just for you to get the chance to participate and learn, get the opportunity to also share your knowledge with others in that area.
Because Osea talks about the chance to exhibit, will there be exhibitions alongside the discussions?
Yes. So the conference will take the form of there's the main conference going on. Like Evelyn mentioned, day 1 is the plenary session. So that has all of us sitting in one space, and there'll be a couple of panel discussions for day 1. I think about 2 of them. Then day 2, we move into the breakout sessions. So as part of the conference setup, there will be exhibition booths. Okay. So the exhibition booths, we have them in 3 tiers. There is the bespoke booth, which sort of allows you to customize the booth based on your preference as an organization. Those booths will be inside the conference facility. There would also be booths in the foyer and also on the fringes of the conference facility.
Great. So who are some of the confirmed guest, speakers and special guests for GIPCON?
Yeah, so this year we have His Excellency himself, John Dramani Mahama. He's going to be gracing the occasion. He will be there. And then we have our sector minister, Honorable John Abdullahi. We'll also have the Seaboard CEO, Comac CEO, MPA CEO. We'll have reps from CTAG, Agos, a host of targeted leaders, host of policy leaders and industry leaders who will be coming to grace this year's conference, coming to share ideas, share knowledge, and also impact all of us.
Oh, great. And if we want to contact the authors, how do we do that?
Okay, so you can contact us via phone, which is 058-223678 or 0540-121-426. You can also visit us, can send us an email at info@gipcon.com. So Gipcon once again is GHICPCON. You could also go to the website to be able to learn more about the conference and explore the options for sponsorships and also participation.
For that person listening to us who's probably undecided, why must he or she be part of this conference? Osaya.
Yes, like I mentioned, Gipcon is the place to be. You know, across the world, there are very few conferences. Or I'd say there are actually no conferences dedicated specifically to the downstream. Mostly, a lot of these conferences are targeted towards the upstream. So Gipcon is the only conference that is dedicated specifically to the downstream and matters of the downstream. And the downstream is critical to the economy, contributes about 10% to Ghana's GDP. And we all know that the economy runs on petroleum products. Right? So if you want to understand the downstream, the future of the downstream, the current state of the downstream, what governments all over the world, not just Ghana, are putting in place to ensure that we have a resilient downstream outside of the geopolitical factors, then Gipcon is the place to be.
Anything you want to say finally, Evelyn?
Yes, so Gipcon is an international conference, so we want to extend an invitation to our francophone friends. So, nos amis francophones, si tu écoutes maintenant, tu peux nous contacter sur notre numéro gagné, c'est 0540121 4D6. Je répète, 0540121 4D6. We are ready to welcome you.
Great. I was just going to tell you, why don't you speak French? And then you started speaking French. Reminded me of my French lessons way back. But
sign out in French.
Somebody says you should sign out in French. Okay. But thank you very much, Evelyn Asai, who's Director, Ghana Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors, and Osaya Dankwa, who's Head Business Development of the National Petroleum Authority. Stay with us. We'll be right back after these.
Feeds my chest, your back asset. You know they make my chumba rest. Me see my jolly, but no bata me kongo no. Baby kongo so. You dey see me no fit kill for my head. I need to know where you did. Oh yes, me all okay. Shabali girl no delay. Oh, when there's a not day. I need to know where you did. Say me all okay. Shabali girl no delay, my nurse are not today. Come to my dad, oh excellent, 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 excellent.
So live here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. You know, going green is not just about saving the planet. It can save you real money. Install solar panels and cut down your power cost. Get an electric vehicle and reduce what you spend getting around. Switch to energy efficient equipment and lower the cost of running your home or business. And the best part, Absa Bank can help you finance all of it. The Absa Green Finance Loan gives you what you need to make it happen. Walk into any Absa branch. Ask about the Green Finance today and say yes to a greener tomorrow. Terms and conditions apply. Your story matters. Absa. But if you're looking to own a premium home in a prime location in Accra, then SNIT invites you to explore its luxury apartments and townhouses featuring spacious 2 and 3 bedroom units across selected communities in Accra. Choose from the Dinkra Heights in Cantonments, Eagle Place and Royal Tivoli in Sakomonu, and Meridian Gardens in Klagon for your next home. Experience comfort, style and value backed by a trusted institution. Units are now selling. Call 0244 593 276 or visit sales office at the 6th floor, Rich Tower, Accra, for further inquiries. But Ghana, are you ready for the biggest football festival on earth? Well, because Electroland Ghana Soccer Promotion is officially on with massive discounts, amazing freebies, and big winning opportunities this World Cup season. Bring the stadium right into your living room with stunning smart TVs from Samsung, TCL, and NASCO, starting from just 699 Ghana cedis. Feel every goal, every save, every celebration in crystal clear picture quality like you're live at the stadium. And that's not all. Upgrade your home with incredible deals on air conditioners, air coolers, refrigerators, chest freezers, washing machines, microwaves, air fryers, blenders, water dispensers, small kitchen appliances, and so much more from trusted brands like Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO. Planning watch parties with family and friends? Then this is the perfect time to shop and save big with Electroland Ghana. Plus, every purchase, gives you the chance to enter the exciting Achedie Kessie raffle for even bigger rewards. Visit all EGL, that's Electroland Ghana, limited showrooms nationwide and authorized dealer shops across Ghana today. Call 0503-159-739 or 0502-989-894. Visit electrolandgh.com. Electroland Ghana, bringing the stadium home.
Charlie, I drove past Drive UV over the weekend. Charlie, the cars in the park there.
Buy one, eh?
They are affordable, but Miniska.
Oh, Rishiska.
You know, I'll be 40 this year.
Try and buy one.
It's over for my 40th birthday.
Oh,
it's also in December.
Me too, I'll celebrate my birthday this year.
Look, if you're thinking of an all-electric, all-style, zero fuel, zero noise option for movement, talk to Drive EVGH. You can cut your transport cost by up to 70%. You don't have to buy oil, no more oil changes, engine repairs, long queues at gas. Just drive now, you pay later. No deposit, no excuses, okay? You can drive now and pay later. So go to Drive EV. They have banking partners who get you instant approval, great interest rates, and super flexible terms. So if you want that luxury electric vehicle today, it's yours. Just go to Drive EV. And once you buy, you also are covered with the X-Charge EV, the blazing fast smart charging network, fully self-serve, app-enabled, and growing fast across the country. And Drive EV is located at Bema Hill on the Mahama Road. It's Ghana's #1 electric car company. And you can always reach them on 059-651-3056. That's 059-651-3056. Drive EVGH, drive into a sustainable future.
And a happy birthday to Madam Viviana Cressy. We pray for God's protection for you. We pray for good health, long life, and prosperity. God bless your new age. It's from Cynthia Koshi to you. But if you're looking to upgrade your workspace or restock your essentials, you know Kingdom Books has something special just for you. And they're giving you big discounts of up to 70% with top quality products. Bring your family, tell a friend, and don't miss out on these amazing offers at Kingdom Books Yard Sales at the Kingdom Books office in Osu. 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Kingdom Books Yard Sales. Shop smart, save big. For inquiries, call them on 0501 401 050 or 0244 311 955.
Now, are you a business owner looking for a smarter way to keep an eye on your shop, restaurant, office, or warehouse anytime, anywhere? Get the MTN Business Eye. It's here for you. It's powered by Wi-Fi, SIM connectivity, cloud storage, and solar energy, so your security never sleeps even when the lights go out. You enjoy 24/7 monitoring, real-time alerts, two-way audio, and reliable backups at very, very affordable rates. So dial *5060# today and keep your business in sight always with MTN Business Eye. MTN, everywhere you go.
And that'll be all from us here on the Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Winston Amoah.
My name is Kojo Boateng.
Have a lovely day. Coming up is the news at 10, and then the Queen, Doreen Ando,